DJ Smalls.
All right, you guys are tuned into episode... Oh, wait, sorry. How do I usually say it? I forgot.
You was on the right track.
Oh, episode 91 of Lyrical Fix Podcast with your host, Sade.
And Kid Pro.
I was like, wait, do I usually start that way?
What the fuck is good? We in the 90s. Feeling great. Feeling amazing. Oh, man. So much going on right now. But at the same time, not a lot. You ever had that feeling?
Yeah.
Like you got so much going on, but at the same time, it's like...
Not a lot.
Kind of still. Yeah, don't repeat what I just said. But you know what I mean?
No, like, I mean, I have a few things going on.
A few things going on?
Yeah.
Big time things?
Kind of.
Things
where
that work?
I'm trying to get everything to, like, I'm just, trying to make shit, like, happen.
Yeah.
So it's all, like, before, like, pre-planned.
Yeah.
I guess. So it's a few things where I'm just, like, trying to figure out how to get this shit to work. How to make it happen.
No, you getting there. Let's start from the stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Making moves. With me, on the other hand, it's like I'm able to take care of a lot of stuff that I couldn't take care of due to the pandemic. But now that I can, my creative side is suffering for it. So it's like I knew there was going to be a give and take. And now that sacrifice of the creative side is like I'm starting to feel it now. And I'm like, like I'm just like running low on energy, creative energy.
Yeah.
And I really want to spend a lot of time just creating shit. So the fact that I got to go out this past weekend and do creative shit was kind of nice. With the K-Poetic video shoot. So that was good. I went back outside. I went to the movie theater on Saturday.
How was that?
I saw Fast and Furious.
There's another Fast and Furious
There's a Fast and Furious that came out, yeah. Vin Diesel's still out here rocking tank tops talking about family.
When did this come out?
It came out on Friday. I
didn't even see... What?
Yeah, exactly.
Where the fuck have I been? I didn't even know.
Right to theaters, man. So I went and I'm like, what's the nearest open theater? Went there, had the whole experience. Like, and it's crazy now because you can order your food ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. They had a little spot set up with your name and everything. You pick up your tickets.
Oh, yeah, and they
got my food. And, I was like, it still doesn't feel real to me. But it felt real when I was walking to go get a straw with my cup and I spilled the cup on the floor in front of the movie theater with people.
I've done that a few times.
And there was the ticket counter with a dude in a wheelchair. He just looked at me like
that's never happened before.
No, because some of the shit, like the liquid rolled onto his wheels.
Oh, okay.
So he kind of looked at me like...
Disrespect my wheels?
Yeah, like I stepped on his fucking clean-ass Air Forces or something. Like on his Jordans. He gave me that look like, you just got shit on my wheels. I didn't know what to say.
Like, how dare you, son?
Yeah. And then the other guy that was next to him, a guy that wasn't in a wheelchair, he's like, yeah, it's all right, buddy. It happens. Yeah. So I was like, all right. So I went and refilled my shit. Went in, and it was just crazy being back in a movie theater for the first time in, like, over a year. And it was cool. The movie was all right. Pretty much like I expected. I don't know if you ever had to talk about that shit or if people talked about what would be the next step in the Fast and Furious franchise. Like, they've done everything. They've been everywhere.
I feel like we have talked about it, like, a long time ago.
So I won't give anything away. Yeah. What's the one place or the one thing they haven't done yet?
I don't even remember. There's so many fucking movies. I probably missed a couple.
I can say it, but I won't give anything away.
Say it. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers end up in space.
In space? The fuck?
We knew it was bound to happen. If you was a religious Fast and Furious watcher like I am, I don't really pay attention to movies. I just watch them all because it's like good time waster.
No, honestly, the last one, I think I fell asleep. We had sushi before.
My kid fell asleep like halfway through.
Yeah.
So, but the space thing was like, holy shit, they're actually doing it. Because I remember like they interviewed Ludacris like 2 years ago. It was like, where are you guys going to go next? He's like, you never know. We might go to space. Them niggas went to space.
They went to space. What?
The way they got there, I'm not going to give it away. But part of their mission involved a small team of them. Not everybody went to space. A small team of them ended up in space.
Yeah.
And the way they got there was crazy. A lot of the old characters showed up, like Bow Wow was in the movie. And the other dude from Tokyo Drift, the other white dude with the country accent.
Oh, yeah.
He was in there. The Han, if you saw he was back. They kind of had Wonder Woman back, even though she's dead. Like a flashback.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Joint, but like pretty much all the old people like showed up in this one. Only person that wasn't there, Don Omar, for whatever reason.
I wonder why.
They made up a story like he opened his spot in in Brooklyn, food is bad. Food is bad.
Wait,
because the other dude was saying it.
But Tego was in there.
No, sorry, Don Omar was there. Tego wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Don Omar was.
Right,
Tego wasn't. He was saying, yeah, he opened a spot in Brooklyn. Food is terrible. Like that was his like little acknowledgement in the movie.
Probably because people were joking on him for fucking bleaching his skin.
Is that what happened? Last time I saw him, he had the little Wayne dreads, like from Carter 2. He was growing them shits out.
Yeah, I saw that.
But he bleached his skin?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah, unless it was like photoshopped, but they were saying, I haven't. Oh, you have my phone.
Because he wasn't that dark to begin with.
He was darker than me.
Yeah, but they're not dark.
And like where he's from in Puerto Rico is.
Well, let me not say that because if it really doesn't matter. If you want to bleach your skin, you bleach your skin. That's crazy. Not to know that. But movie was, a good time waster. Action packed. The stunts just get more and more ridiculous every time. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way a motherfucker can jump off or drive off a bridge that's already falling. That was in the trailer. But they do it. I don't understand it. And it's just not funny anymore. Like, you know what I mean? There's only so much jokes you can put into these types of movies.
Can't really find it now. I mean, it was probably Photoshopped.
Yeah. John Cena was the villain. I fuck with it.
Oh, okay. So I have seen this trailer. I have seen it.
John Cena's Vin Diesel's brother.
Mm-hmm.
They even say in the trailer. Yeah. So it was cool. I could see him now as like John Cena playing that type of guy. He was good as a villain.
Do you think they're gonna do another one?
Yes, the way they left it open, and I walked out before the end credit scene. I didn't know they had end credit scenes for Fast and Furious movies, but they did.
No, they do. Yeah, they do.
It's gonna introduce. There's gonna be another one. Why would they stop at 9?
But where would they go in space? Like, why would they go into space?
Well, you got to think about what's in space.
Oh, the satellites? Oh, okay.
Has something to do with the satellite, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still, though. Space?
Nah, the way they get into space is just fucking crazy. So I'm not even going to get into that. I can see it being done.
They drive to space?
I don't want to say shit.
Is there a car attached to a rocket? Oh my God, is there? Did I just guess it? Is there a car attached to...
It's a fucking niggas that drive rice, like Honda CRVs and
are
shit.
They,
How else
like,
are they going to get to fucking space?
Are they driving like off the rocket?
Nigga, they drove a car.
Does it like just into space? Just like...
Lorena, you don't care, right?
No.
All right. Yo, nigga, they strapped a fucking old ass car with rockets on top of it, and they were under a plane. So the plane went high as fucking possible.
Yeah.
Then they released it and then hit the rockets, and then they just went into orbit.
Is that even possible?
If you get the plane high enough, like one of those military grade planes, and then just shoot off from there, I guess, because you're in orbit at that point.
Yeah, I guess.
And then they had thrusters attached to the car to move the car once it was floating.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I just don't. What?
And then on top of it, they had old ass astronaut gear. I'm sorry, spoilers. Old ass astronaut gear, like the shit you'd wear.
It's Fast and the Furious. You're not really
like what the first deep sea diver wore.
Yeah.
Like the all glass tank. Mm-hmm. That shit.
I mean, I guess it worked at one point. So it's not. It's like out of date. I don't know.
Yeah, like these are the joints that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin was wearing, like the first Apollo missions.
I mean, did they? Did they really? No, I'm
good point. Nah, I don't want to get into that, but all right.
No, that's fucking wild.
That's wild ass shit. Yeah, so that was my movie night. Not bad. I like the way the movies is coming up now. Went out there without a mask, which was kind of crazy. I kind of felt weird. It was my first time in a big spot without a mask on. Yeah.
You didn't have to wear one?
Didn't have to, but some people did have it on still.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah, because now restaurants, like, there's just people that just walk in without it.
Yeah, and my rule was, like, if I see the people working at the place where I'm going at having a mask, I'll wear a mask too.
Same, yeah.
But it was funny. Some people working the concessions had masks. Other people didn't.
Because they're vaccinated. Like my job.
Exactly.
I still work with the mask, but there's people who are vaccinated.
Yeah.
And they don't wear the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that explains that. So it was cool though. No, movie was all right. Saw mad trailers. Like I think, yeah. Have you ever been to a fucking movie theater and the trailers are 30 minutes long? Because that's what happened to me. Movie set started at 9. The shit didn't start till 9:30 because there was so many fucking trailers.
Well, no, are you saying? Oh, you mean like the
previews?
The previews itself. I thought you meant like one trailer was that long.
No.
I'm like that's
like 15
that's
fucking
like a whole,
trailers
that's
that
like
lasted
an
a half hour.
Oh no.
And it said like movie time.
It's usually like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 2.5 hour movie. I didn't get out till like after midnight. But yeah, no, good experience. Nice being back at the movies. Mm-hmm. Just wanted to do regular screen. I didn't want to do the IMAX all at once. I just want to take baby steps.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Nah, if I walk into an IMAX theater, I'll lose my fucking mind.
Oh man, I haven't been. Then the last one I seen on IMAX was Avatar. That shit was amazing.
That was a while ago, nigga.
That was a long time ago. Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing you saw on IMAX?
Mm-hmm.
I saw fucking Endgame.
Nah, I didn't see Endgame.
I saw Endgame on IMAX.
That was like a regular theater, but it was like almost. It was like their version of IMAX. Yeah. Like it was like just as big. Well, almost. But Avatar scene. Was it 3D? I think it could have been 3D.
3D IMAX.
Yeah.
Ugh, that's
it was at the Palisades.
So
show.
tough on the eyes. That makes me want to throw up. 3D
no,
IMAX.
That shit was just like whoa.
No,
like I got a headache after a little while though. Yeah. Like I kept having to like close my eyes.
And I don't know how people do that shit in the front row. Like you wearing 3D goggles and you gotta look all the way up. Nah.
And Avatar was something that everything was sold out. Every fucking thing. We didn't want to see it in 3D either, but that was the only thing that was available. Yeah. At that time, and it was still like ended up I think selling out. I think we had the last couple seats. Yeah. Luckily, it wasn't too close though.
What made that movie so fucking good? I forget. Like
everything. The graphics were fucking amazing.
Because it was the first time that type of graphics had been. That's what made it.
All that CGI and shit.
Yeah, that's what made it.
It was like heavy into that. It was just everything, and I know this one person. I heard this one story, but I think it happened a few times with a few other people. This one guy said after watching it, he got really depressed and ended up killing himself.
Watching Avatar?
Mm-hmm. He said he got really depressed, and all of a sudden, like, he just kept talking about, like, they go to this other world, and that's where, like, the Avatar itself is, like, the people, because they each have an avatar. Yeah. So they can try to, like, inspect and all that stuff. One person was like teaching them the English language and all this and that. What's her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. And they were transporting their mind into like this avatar, but I forgot what the actual indigenous people name was. Do you remember? No, probably not. Her memory's horrible. We are joined with my mentor, Lorena. Yeah, no, she was just telling me. It's funny. He stated it too. I never thought of it like that, but I was like, oh, because he was like, so who was everybody when we went to the door? And I was like, oh, blah blah blah, because I told him about how Angels almost gave us COVID. I was like, oh, that's the almost nigga. Like that's the guy that almost gave us him and his kid.
That's how she references him, the almost nigga.
The almost nigga. And then I was like, oh, the girl that was sitting here, that's Juan's cousin. I was like, that's Lorena, the one that I was like, pretty much anything creative I know, she taught me. Yeah. And then I was telling him I forgot that you showed me all the photography shit. And he used to joke around. He'd be like, because when I started using my Facebook, right, he just started joking around and shit, saying like, what's in the corner? Remember, you always had me looking down on the side. Oh my god, I know.
So I was like, what you looking at all the time in the corner?
Huh? Okay. Yes.
Those prom photos are still good.
Oh, see, I haven't seen those.
No, she's my photographer for prom.
She's been hiding those.
And then, what is it called? And then, it was like right when you got your camera. And you want, I brought a suitcase to her house. Full, was it like a full maleta, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, full of like mad different clothes. Yeah, like I was like her like test subject.
I'm about to pull that up.
That might be and it should be the cover of this week's episode.
No, I'm not. No.
See, thank you, Lorena.
No, it's a much skinnier Sade with black hair.
Can you guys get a poll in? Who wants?
Oh God.
Oh yes, come on. That's an automatic yes. You're gonna get 100%.
Let's get a poll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull this picture up so you can see.
Yes.
Which one? Oh, sorry, I just burped into the mic.
That's
pull
regular.
Up a picture.
That's regular shit.
Yeah. We were like across the street from my house, like by the.
Oh yeah, the when I was like sitting on something. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to make her sit on everything and anything.
Literally, like she'd just be like, all right, go by the like next. There's a house next door, that has like a brick wall. Yeah. She was like, all right, go here. All right, no, we're gonna change outfits. I was like, okay. So she like picked out an outfit. She's like, all right, wear this, and then we just went. Wear the Coke shirt too.
Yeah, I have all of those.
I think I still have that. It probably fits around my fucking thigh. That's it. Oh man, I miss those days. Miss my body. But anyway, yeah, that.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember seeing that picture. I was like, what the hell are you looking at? Yeah. Oh, look at that thing. Yeah, we got to put these pictures up.
I remember this one.
These got to go up. These have to go up on the YouTube, on the video.
My black hair.
Wow.
That was a good one.
Don't even recognize you. That's crazy.
Stop.
Unbelievable. Yeah, that's
I
some
look
shit.
so like an alien there. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I think I was in mid movement and she caught me, but my hands look crazy. I look fucking bonkers.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
was the Tumblr.
I
Oh
was
my
gonna say
god.
it gives me a Tumblr vibe. It does give me a Tumblr vibe.
Oh yeah.
I
Who was
see.
another? She was another model for Lorena. Yeah.
Bro, that was the shit back in the day. Tumblr?
Hell
What?
yeah.
I had no idea all this stuff you could find on Tumblr.
And then my prom picture. Ah, shit.
Let me see this. Let me see your prom. Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Sade cleans up nice. Okay.
I do.
She
When
never
I
shows
just-
me. Anytime she's got pictures like the wedding, I still haven't seen any pictures from the wedding.
I didn't like them. I didn't like the pictures.
You were just telling me how you
No,
liked it.
I said I liked what I was wearing and I liked how I looked, but then I seen pictures. I didn't like the pictures.
bro, you wilding right now.
Nah. Well, I'm
Look
like
at
I'm
you,
still
prom.
trying to get used to this new body that I have.
You can
Still
always change the
trying
body. You know
to-
that.
Yeah, no, I can. I'm trying to like get back to like how I was. So
We're all going through.
so
it.
when I take
It's a-
pictures, I was just like I don't.
All right, so let me ask you now with Lorena in the room. Let's say you get back to the weight you want. You're gonna be doing a photo shoot right after.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That's gonna be the first thing you do.
Yeah.
Bet. See, there we go. We got witnesses.
And then David wants to do a shoot with us. Q wants to do a shoot with us.
Yeah.
So I'm really so honestly, that's why I'm just like it's like extra motivation.
Hold on. So you want to get your body ready for a pod shoot? That's what you want to do?
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. But she want to get her body right. I'm like, I understand
Well,
that.
it's not
But
like I'm going to like to get surgery or shit. I'm actually, I'm gonna go like work out and all that stuff.
yeah.
So I'm trying to. I decided I'm just gonna pay the gym. Well, I paid the gym because I was being petty and I did not want to. Listen, I took when they opened up, I was not comfortable going back to the gym because of COVID and shit.
Yeah.
I was still wiping down groceries. So then I was just like, fuck this. Like,
that was a funny ass.
so I tried to freeze my account, but they kept like trying to charge me. But somehow in the middle of COVID, I think sometime in the middle of the shutdown, I got a fraud thing. So I have a whole new card that's not under like the gym. Like the gym doesn't have the new card. Right. So they just had it there and they're like, you owe this balance, update your payment thing. So I was like, well, and I explained why. Like I was like, yeah, like I had some fraud on my account, so I have a new card, but I've been trying to freeze my account. And they're like, there's no proof. I'm like, I called. I even like emailed. Like what the fuck? So I refused to pay. And then I was like, you know what? I'm being petty. Like, I was searching other gyms. I'm like, I tried to go back to the Red Show, the one that we used to go to in high school. I thought about that, but I'm like, I really don't want to see anybody else that I know. Even though the gym that I go to, I sometimes see people. But I was like, fuck it. Fuck it.
That's crazy. You just mentioned surgery. I saw something on the internet this past weekend of 28 women trying to board a plane.
Oh, yeah, Atlanta. It was from DR to Atlanta.
From DR Atlanta. And they were all in wheelchairs because they just came back from having surgery.
28 women in wheelchairs.
Well, that's what the person posted. I don't know if it was 28 for real, but you saw a whole bunch of wheelchairs.
Yeah.
And women, with their bonnets on and their masks on.
Whole bride's party of girls
of just surgery.
Maybe that
BBLs are a thing now, man.
they got it for a discount.
Probably, yeah, DR.
If 20 of y'all come,
yeah. If you bring
BBL special, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's like
pull up.
Yeah,
That's
all
a
little
lot.
booties must go. That's what it is.
all little booties must go. Oh
That's the
shit.
deal. Yeah, little booties still matter. Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's just it's a lift, like right. But it still gives it that
No,
surgery
well, I
look,
don't.
right?
I mean, it's still surgery.
Like there's no injection going in, right? There's no fat transfer, nothing like that. It's just a lift.
For a
right?
lift, I don't think so. No.
I don't know the exact term.
I mean, like if you like, I know women who've gotten their like breast lifted, like after having a kid.
And that doesn't involve any type of like transfer.
No,
That's
it's
just
literally
lifting
like kind of like when you like a facelift is literally like pulling
just
back.
pushing the
So
skin
it's
up.
yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Word.
Yeah, but I don't think like if they're not going to DR just for that. There's no way in hell. They're definitely getting like some type of fat transfer or some type of implant something.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think implants are in anymore. I think it's the fat transfer.
I suppose. I mean,
I'm
shit.
assuming. I don't know, but like you have to recover for mad long. Like one of Juan's cousins was in DR for like a month.
Well, see, I didn't even know they had recovery houses. Like they have places these girls can go to and just hang out and chill.
Yeah, I mean like she has family out there, so I don't know if she went to a recovery house or like.
Recovery is gonna be her auntie house or
Most
Yeah,
likely,
yeah.
yeah. When you got family out there, it's something. Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
My tia has been taking care of all of my aunts who've gotten their titties done there. Like, all of them. They all line up and go to her house.
Oh, so she got a bed for him?
Because they do gotta get massaged and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you get that type of surgery. Like,
Okay.
It's-
keep, I guess, the... I don't know.
Which I kind of want to get surgery after I have a kid, but at the same time, I'm terrified of like having to deal with all that shit. Like I'm not like have I had surgery before? No, actually I haven't.
Tough cookie, Sade.
You can handle it. You can handle
Yeah.
the surgery. You'll be all right.
Nah, I don't know. But
And I don't blame any women that wants to do
that
it
shit
after
was
a
wild.
kid.
What?
I don't blame any woman that wants to get it after a
Oh,
kid.
yeah.
Like, no, do it.
I'm not trying. Nah.
No judgments here.
So if you don't want to, that's cool too.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
No, I definitely want to, but I'm just like, do I really want to go through all that shit?
It's got to be done. I mean, if you want to.
Cause like my boobs are gonna be like legit like here.
Listen, let me know and I'll save up and we'll go to Canada.
Okay, we can
We'll
go.
both go to my auntie's house after.
There you go. So you got a place to stay. Free recovery house.
Bet. Do you
I'm
want? Do
saying.
you want to take some of my boobs? So I'll just.
Is that possible?
That transfer.
Is that possible? Can you transfer from one person to another?
Probably not.
I feel like that's.
Same as a blood transfer.
Yeah, but we would have. They would. It would have to be like make sure like we're the same blood and everything. I think that's too much. I was joking, but like, and give you some of my ass too, because I'm sure there'll be. I'm gonna expand the fuck
Look
out.
at y'all, man.
No,
Sharing
just
titty
kidding.
and booty meat. That's what's
There you
up,
go.
man. that's love. That's friendship right there. That's what real friends do. See, guys couldn't do that. Like,
this
yo,
is-
let me get some of your ab fat, bro.
Oh my god, and this is like I can't. See, when I say, "Oh, do you want some of my ass or my thighs or my tits?" There you go.
I could never be saying this
share
to a
that.
dude. Yo,
No, you
man,
definitely
oh,
can't.
man, I see your thighs. Let me get some. Let me get some. of-
Imagine a conversation between two men. It's like, I'll give you some of my girth.
Right. Yo,
I'll help you
pause.
out. I'll help you out, or some shit like that. No, not in that way.
Yeah,
but
no,
like
I say,
surgery
you
wise.
say girth. I would never.
Surgery wise.
I can't see myself saying girth to another guy or find a conversation
Imagine.
where we would say it. Girth.
No, I remember when I was at my first time at a nude beach. It was in Miami, and my cousin took me, and we're all there, and she invites like a bunch of her friends out, and like this, and you know they're all like you're all gay and shit like that, and we're all just like all talking about guys, and this one guy and we're all like just staring at all the naked men,
Yeah.
right? One old man. Which I didn't notice. I was just like, I think it was on my phone or some
notice
shit.
he
Like
was
I
old, or you didn't?
he was just walking past us, but I didn't peep it. Everybody's like, oh my God. And I was just like, what happened? What happened? I look over when I'm 16 years old, and this fucking old guy walks past, gray hair, like real silver fox,
Hanging dong.
like digging, like just
Like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that. Like that shit just looked insane, and it was just
Too
there,
graphic.
and it was just mad, like, and it was hard and everything. Sorry, no, like I guess.
Oh, he was
sorry for the
walking down
man.
the beach with it hard.
No, but it wasn't like hard on. It wasn't like he was like erected. No, it was just there, just hard,
Oh,
just
semi
there.
right. Okay, yeah.
But no,
I see what you're saying.
and the guys told me, oh, he had the surgery. I'm like, what surgery? That's when I was like, that shit is real. I didn't know men actually get that.
Penis enlargement surgery.
Yeah, I did not know that was real.
Ah.
But like these are some of the guys were like, I've been around enough dick in my life to know. I was like, oh Jesus Christ. Mind you, I was like I was a virgin when I was 16.
I don't ever want to know.
So I was like, this is too much for
I don't want
me.
to know the process. I mean, I guess like I'd want to know what goes into it. I mean, I'd never do it myself, but
I am intrigued, but I do not
is
want to
like
look it up.
I'm assuming it's like a transfer of some
I
sort.
feel like it possibly. I don't know. I feel like Nip Tuck.
like they
talked
grab
about
some
this.
extra skin somewhere else and do that. I'm assuming, right?
You would have to, unless like there's. I don't want to go down this road because I was about to say foreskin,
get
but I'm
into-
not getting down this road. I'm not going down this road at all. Not at all.
I can see that actually.
If there,
Yeah, that
but
would make
no,
sense.
but
That
what
makes-
if what if the guy is circumcised? Now, where do you get the skin? This is too much for me,
Good point.
and I don't even have one.
Off the
This is way
sack
too
or
much.
something, I'd imagine.
Yeah, you're gonna take the sack away then?
Sack skin. You're right. No,
I mean,
we're
it
thinking
is
way
as
too
sensitive,
much
but if
on
you
it.
get skin somewhere else, it's way. Ugh, God, I can't. And it won't be as sensitive if you think about it.
And it was funny. I was mentioning the girth thing about guys talking about that shit. And I just was reminded. I saw the nastiest episode. Mm-hmm. Well, not nasty. It makes me sound really immature. But you know the show Dave, Dicky. The second season's back. The third episode quite possibly might be the gayest.
Oh, with the guy. No, I walked out my room and I just seen Dave with his face in somebody's ass. Not literally, but he's just standing there talking, and one guy is over the couch. The way he was talking, the guy that was.
They're calling him Chuck.
Yeah.
Check.
Like the way he like just.
That's a real life producer, Benny Blanco.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah,
okay.
Benny Blanco. Yeah.
It was the way he, like, I don't know, the inflection in his voice, it was just too much for me, and I just couldn't look away. Yeah. And he went to go FaceTime homie, I forgot his name. I haven't seen the show in a minute. Yeah. He went to go FaceTime him, talking to him, and then the guy just kind of walking around. He was like, "Do you still have that shit up your ass?" Yeah. And then I see them trying to. I was like, "This is too much for me," and I walked away.
So you remember what went on in the episode?
Kind of. I only seen that part, and I was just like, "What is happening right now?"
Just tell her, and just to.
What? Oh no, you have to tell. I don't know that much about that episode.
All right, so
because it was like.
Do you know about that show? You know about Little Dicky, the rapper?
I love Little Dicky. I didn't know he had a show.
He has a show.
He has a show.
I only seen the first season. That's it.
It's loosely based on his life, kind of just like white rapper trying to come up in the game. And there's like cameos from like real life rappers and shit. Mm-hmm. So they all play a part in it. And this past episode, he's with this producer, Benny Blanco. He's at his house. And it's kind of like, it's given like the old school, like 10-year-old boy sleepover type of vibe. Mm-hmm. But they're getting like really kind of gay with each other. Not kissing, but kind of like
very much, okay.
Very guy type of stuff. Like very like, not guy type of stuff. What's the word I'm looking for? Very, very white boyish friend.
Fluidity.
Yeah, type of stuff. And then there was just one point where, because in the show, Dave has like a condition with his dick. It's like just, it's terrible. It's super small. It's like something happened to him when he was younger. So it's a really weird
I remember that in the first season.
I don't know if it's real life. I don't know.
It's loosely based. I don't know.
It's loosely based on his life. So I don't know if that really happened to him growing up.
Mm-hmm. It's like an insecurity thing.
Maybe. But there's one part where he's kind of almost teabagging the guy. Like, and you see Dave's ass, and it's like right here, and you see the guy's face, like, ah.
Oh, no.
That was the opening, like,
wait, what?
Yeah, nigga, so you obviously didn't see it.
No, I told you I didn't see. I only seen that small part. No, I saw him like pulling something out of his ass at one point, and that was it.
Well,
that's when I was like, oh,
that's
God,
when they got into
can't.
like the boy games. The dude was like,
what? Boy games.
The boy games. He's like, yo, I'm gonna bend over, put this gum in my asshole. I'm gonna blow a bubble out of it.
Oh I wonder if like
the bubble gum
people
got
really
stuck.
do this.
The bubble gum got stuck. He couldn't get it out.
What guys do at sleepovers?
Not me. I don't know. Not my sleepovers.
I don't know. Imagine.
No.
Imagine you're just kind of like alienating people right now.
Oh, if I'm alienating white boys, so be it. Y'all are some nasty ass niggas. That's some nasty shit. But the dude was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna blow a bubble out." And he's bent over the couch and he's not blowing. So the motherfucker gets mad peanut butter.
That's when he was that's what happened?
Yeah, and then
I didn't know what was up his ass. People were coming
over, so then he ended up just like cutting it off.
Oh shit. I had no idea what was up his I just seen like Dave holding something that looked like a string, but I guess that was the bubble gum.
And then I just see Dave like kind of rubbing it like this, like into a ball.
Oh God, that's gross. Oh yeah. No, the last image was him holding Juan and I think we're talking about food. Like, all right, what are we getting to eat tonight? And all this and that.
Nasty.
And that was happening, and I was just kept like, what is, it's just too much for me. I think he ended up changing it, or I don't fucking know, or he just watched it.
The homeboy was like, y'all eating peanut butter?
Oh, okay, that part, he was still watching it. I heard that part, and I think Juan reacted like, ugh.
Very, very interesting episode.
So I have to go watch the season.
Yeah. So yeah. And the whole thing was just like,
the first season is really good.
First season is really good. I would recommend that. Definitely start from the beginning. But yeah, it was just like, and they made it a point to say like, yeah, we're not gay. It's just like, this is just what guys do. I'm like, I don't know what guys you know that do that. None of my guys do that shit.
And we
Yeah, right?
apologize
Say,
for any of the men out there listening who have done this and think it's normal.
If y'all get super
it's cool.
duper tight with your boy, that's your business.
It's okay.
I mean,
no, we're not judging at all.
When I have a close moment with
we're not judging at all.
When I have a close moment with my guy friends, it's usually just a conversation and we're sharing like, you know, personal stuff. I've never gotten to that like physical, here, let me see what your asshole looks like. That's never been a thing. I've never wanted to know what any of my friends' assholes
It's pretty fucking
like.
rough.
Yeah. And he's literally like bent over on the couch and he's just like, yeah, help me out.
Yeah, the only thing is, it was the way he was talking, I couldn't really watch it. It wasn't even like what they were doing, because I know it was just a show and they're like, it was just the way he was talking that got so annoying to me.
Yeah, check.
Yeah, I was just
check.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just something about his voice.
But it's just like the same thing. Like, I can't. You're like you're super lovey-dovey with your significant other, you keep calling him babe.
That's what it sounded like.
That's
what
it was like. Babe, you want to do this, babe? I don't know, babe.
Come
what
on,
do you
babe.
think, babe.
Come on, babe.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Chuck.
Yeah,
it was. Chuck?
It was all. Chuck. It was all very. That with the I don't know, with the ass.
It was just.
It was too much for me. It was way too much.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I just don't want to critique about coming off like I'm immature or nothing. I mean, it was like I was able to see it. It wasn't like disgusting, but at the same time, like I don't want to see nobody pull gum out of someone else's ass.
No, that was no. Yeah. I'm good on that.
But yeah, I forgot how we got into that. But yeah, that was crazy.
I have no idea how we got onto that one. I have no
talking
idea.
About surgery and shit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What a way to start. And we back, episode 91. Want to apologize for any fans of the show that we might have lost with that last segment, and we want to give a big welcome to all the new fans that we have now with that segment.
It's perfectly fine if you want to put peanut butter and gum in your friend's ass. It's okay.
I mean, it's not something that we do. We just, spoke about it. It sounded interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was a show.
Well, we were before all that stuff. We were talking about our week, so let's get into your week real quick. What exactly did you do?
Let me see. Didn't really do anything. Well, last Thursday, I went to MI's show.
Shout out to MI.
What? I don't remember the plot. Lone Wolves, New Jersey. Yeah. He had it, this spot, Chamber 43. So I'm upset. I don't know. I kind of met one of the owners, or just somebody that worked there. But I met one of them, Johnson. I was hanging out with Johnson and Trill the night. And they bought records. And because it's a record shop, they have mad shit there too.
Okay.
Like they have a little cafe,
Word.
like fucking you can get treats and coffee and shit like that. But it was dope the way that the layout is. Because I know he's had shows there before. Because I remember seeing videos where the performance area it's kind of like, it's probably like where people like go up and just chill and just have coffee or just work on, the computer and shit like that. Yeah. Ooh, they had the performers up there. The shit was actually pretty cool. The way like the setup was, everybody was just kind of lined around like where the records were. There were clothes there too. It was funny. We were going through the records as we're like walking out. What was it? Damn. Somebody had caught my eye and I was like, wait, they have. And then I said this person's name and Tro was like, wait, what? And turns around. He's like, this shit fire, whatever, talking about it. Then the owner walks past and Trill and Johnson went off to buy a couple records with them. And I'm looking and I'm like, no. Like I'm seeing shit that I like fuck with.
Yeah.
But I walk over to them and I'm like, nah, like if I'm gonna buy, like my first record has to be Tribe. And Johnson just looked at me like, you don't have any records? You don't own any records yet? Like appalled at the thought that I didn't have it. I was like, no, I'm sorry. Like I haven't started my collection yet. After that. Yeah, I'm sorry I disappointed you, Johnson. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Your music nerd pass has been revoked in his eyes.
I think so. Yeah. I feel I was like, no, like because it was always like I always wanted to start it, but I wanted to wait until I had the house and more room to start a collection.
Yeah.
Because I know once I start, it's gonna be like nonstop hunt trying to get mad shit. So I just didn't want any more clutter. Even this place is so cluttered now already. But yeah, I was waiting and I was like, you know what? What if I find Tribe, I'm buying it tonight. It's a sign. I'm buying it tonight, and that's it. And I looked, nothing.
Yeah, it's even dope just to hang on the wall, just to have that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'll probably. Well, I don't know, but I definitely want to get that collection going, like to have it like in the office and shit. Like once I, But the show itself was fire. There was a couple people there that never seen them before. MI introduced, like, it was around the time when I first got there. MI introduced this one guy and like spoke highly of him. I was like, who is this then? And then he went up and then he did great. It was his voice though when he performed.
Lace Flake. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, Lace.
Changed so fucking much that
Yeah,
I was just
gruff.
like, yeah, almost kind of reminded me. I was telling Johnson, almost kind of reminds me of Chris Rivers. Like, not completely, not like technique wise, not style wise. Well, maybe a little style, but like just something about him reminded me of Chris Rivers.
Okay, I can see that.
So I don't know, but he was cool as fuck. What's it called? Bars and Scars was there.
Bars and Scars.
And he was standing there. It was funny. I'll tell you about that after. But he was there, and I had asked because he had said like, oh, that was his boy or whatever, and like, you know, Lace like had given him a shout out while he was filming.
Yeah.
So when he came back down by us, I was talking to him and shit, and I was like, oh, like, what's his IG? So I followed him, and like an hour later, this guy, he's like, oh, mamita, like, thank you for like the follow, blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, but he was cool as fuck. Like, I didn't get to actually talk to him. He was on his way out, but he was cool as fuck. Some other people that went up there, there was one song. This guy wearing a fucking cowboy hat. No idea who he is. So I'm waiting for MI to upload the footage and shit, but the song was a bop. It was. Then he introduced the next person. But mind you, I felt bad. Like, MI kind of put it on himself. Like, damn, I didn't organize this right because he ran out of time. Johnson didn't get to perform.
Oh, shit.
He had run out of time. He had said, he's like, because Grande Life was going up. He's like, because we're running out of time, everybody's getting, one song. That's it. I went one song only because I couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
Fucking Johnson goes, listen, you're not working right now. You are a spectator. And I was like, no, okay, fine.
Work mode, yeah.
No, I was quoting a fucking song,
yeah.
Like movie or whatever. But I was like, no, I didn't want to explain myself. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, or whatever like that. But Grande goes up, cool and all. But then they go on. The guy with the cowboy hat goes on, and it was funny. It was funny because he introduces his friend, and they take probably what would have been his whole set to literally set him up. Because he was just like, oh, well, I was going to play this one song that was kind of mellow to follow because the guy in the cowboy hat did a mellow song.
Yeah.
He's like, but he really wants me to play this song, to perform this song, so I guess I'll perform it. He was like, cowboy hat goes, I'm going to need everybody to move up. Just move up. I felt like it was like 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, trying to get everybody like hyped up for this. Like, stood on top of a table right underneath the balcony, like did all this crazy shit. And then I think the show was over right after that.
Yeah.
So, or like maybe there was like maybe two people that went after, and then the show was over. That was it. But this guy took up so much like time, and it was like, okay, so then everybody moves up, and then they're just like, okay, so, okay, what do we do now? And then finally the guy performed. He was probably looking for the song, but because his friend hyped him, like, hey, there's mad people here, let's perform this song. Like, I mean, there was a lot of people there, but by that time, people started like kind of heading out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we're all just like, we were talking, and I'm like, wait, hold on. Is there somebody still? Johnson, when do you go on? He's like, oh, I don't know, blah, 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 whatever. Like, this guy took so fucking long. Like, I would have been like, no.
Yeah, that's
like,
where you step
you're
in
not
as a
changing
host.
your
Yeah.
song last minute. Like, but I'm not putting that shit on MI. Like, I mean, not completely at least. Like, why? Like, I would have been like, yo, cowboy hat, just, your set is over. It's okay.
Oh, see, that's no disrespect to MI, but it's like, as any host or person running a show, you have to know when to step in when someone's taking too much time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like, you can't just be nice and be like, oh, I'll give them the extra 5 minutes to get the crowd hyped. No, you don't
No,
got
I
time for that.
was trying to be nice, but like, yeah. That was a long time. That was a long time of just like a bunch of bullshit, and then yeah.
That's also artists thinking that they can like do whatever the fuck they want when it comes to shows and not respecting the rules.
Yeah, which happens a lot. So
that happens a lot.
But it was pretty fire. Actually, as soon as I walked in, I like chilled in the back because I didn't know if I was gonna know anybody there. I knew Tro was going, but that was it. Because I even hit him up. I was like, because I got stuck in traffic. I was like, hey, like, I'm stuck in traffic. Please tell me I didn't miss you. He's like, no. Like, I haven't even left yet. I'm still home. Like, I haven't, I'm not there yet. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I hope I didn't miss you. No, I got to see him perform. Before that, though, so I walk in. I finally find the place. I walk in. I'm kind of mad that I've never fucking been there when I actually lived down there. And I see, oh, you weren't there at Check It. There was, like, a dancer. There was somebody who just kept dancing to everything, and he was fire as fuck. He went up on somebody's set. I can't recall right now.
0 Point Louis?
I think so, yeah. So he goes, and I was like, you were the dancer, right? Because he's like, oh, you did the Check It show. And I was like, yeah. I was like, wait, you're the dancer, right? And he just starts laughing. He's like, yeah. He's like, I wouldn't. I was like, yeah, you danced to everything. I kept watching you. This shit was like memorizing.
Just freestyle dancing every time. Yeah.
He's just fly. He's a fly human being. He is. But we talked a little bit and shit like that. He was asking me, he was like, yo, there was the twins that, not K-Proetic and all that, but he was like, the twins that performed in the beginning. I was like, he's like, I didn't even like get to talk to them. I was like, he's like, oh, like, what's their IG and shit? So I pulled it up for him. I'm like, yeah, like, they left, like, first time performers always leave early and shit. Like, they don't get, like, you have to stay. I was like, yeah, no, they left hella early. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen it.
The protocol.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
All in all, it was a good show.
Yeah, no, I think he's being too hard on himself. It was a great show. It was a good turnout. Like, we were all just like, damn, like, we didn't think that many people were going to be there. Like, well, Bars and Scars, he didn't think that many people were going to be there. So
people showed up. And if you know MI, he's put on crazy shows in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, like, packed shows. So maybe every other night that doesn't seem like that would seem like a failure to him when it shouldn't be that way.
No, I mean, shit happens if people don't get to perform. One night was crazy. Yeah. I don't, the Woodstock shit where it was like 50 perform. That shit was insane to me.
All in that basement packed in there, couldn't even fucking jump.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Because I think, did you guys get one song or two songs?
I think I did two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was doing two. I felt like one person did three. But like taking a break in between to like get the music right. It was weird. I don't know.
It was crazy just being in there.
What?
It was just in that whole place.
Oh yeah, that shit was tight.
It was tight as hell.
It was funny because I actually parked next to it. I realized as I parked down, like I parked kind of far from it. So as I'm walking, I'm like, I know this looks familiar because I lived down here, but why does this look like so? And I turned to the right, and I was like around the corner from the show, from his last show. Well,
that was a fun night.
That was like last year.
I remember that being a fun night.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
That was a fun night. A lot of people there with us and everything.
Nah, that was a fun night. That shit was fun.
Oh, it was a good time.
But no, MI does a good show. So regardless of all that extra bullshit, yeah, it's not his first show. So it just happens like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes a bad show will creep up in there every now and then.
It happens.
Shit is regular.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to the best. Of us.
Trill though, he performed Hotspot, and then his second song is a song. It's called Potential, but he hasn't dropped the song yet. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, it's to me. So if you like Hotspot, you'll love this fucking track. Like to me, it's like the next Hotspot. Like it's mellow, and I can't describe, like, I wish I seen it. Like, I wish I recorded it.
The song has potential?
Yeah, the song has potential.
That's what I was thinking.
No, like, more than that. No, that shit is, like, that's going to be, when that song drops, I'm calling it right now, dibs. That's going to be If You Don't Know.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now once he drops it.
Just make sure it just drops on the streaming platforms. There's mad dope shit on SoundCloud that we can't put on the playlist, which bothers me.
I know.
A lot of dope shit on SoundCloud from a lot of artists that we know.
Yeah. So shout out to Trill, like his Trill Tuesdays. I forgot what he calls it, but it's on Tuesdays. Yeah. So is it Trill Tuesdays?
Trill Tuesdays.
Yeah. Where he's been dropping a lot of shit. That Steven Darnell joint was fire on the Saint production. Yeah,
which that would have been one that I would have shared had it been on streaming platforms.
Maybe he's working up to it. I think
that'll be the goal.
Because it's a Saint drop, like it's Saint's beat, unless it has to get approved and shit. But most likely, if Saint's gonna give it out, it probably is. Yeah. So, but I know the potential beats. He has to get it leased or some shit like that. Like he has to talk to the guy who made it.
That makes sense.
To try to get it done. But yeah, he said. Forgot what I was gonna say. He said hopefully soon. So, but I told I was like, yo, you gotta at least perform this again. This shit was fire. It was fire.
I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, hopefully, if I can get him in, if he doesn't get to sign up, maybe I can try to get him in for the next Check It. No doubt. Cause that shit was fire. But yeah, other than that, just been chilling. officially dropped the flyer for LB, who's going to be on the 17th.
All right, no, we'll keep it hip hop. So let's get right into it, man. So the yearly list that comes out and pisses off every hip hop head known to man, even though they shouldn't give a fuck about it, came out again, a XXL list.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a bunch of motherfuckers that we obviously don't care much of. Yeah. But we know about. So I'm gonna read the list, and Lorena's in the room. I'll just see if she recognizes any of these people.
Probably not. Here. Or maybe.
So the XXL list, the freshman for this year, 2021, 42 Doug.
No. Okay.
Flo Milli. Moray.
No.
Pooh Shiesty. No. We're just going to see if you do know or don't. No. Lakia. I'm gonna say.
Lakia. I kind of want to go with Lakia. I feel like the K should be capital. When I was writing this, then I'm writing it out how it has on the website.
Lakia.
Lakia.
Trying to say, that's how I feel like a Dominican would say. Yeah. Jersey had Coi Leray.
Which I definitely
have heard of her, but I only recently
She graduated from Montclair. She went to Montclair.
No, she's a baby, recently.
Benzino's daughter, if you know Benzino.
No, I don't think so. No. No, Benzino's super old school. No, see, and that's what, and I wrote the note. Benzino, I feel like all that was just to hype her up, because all of a sudden, ever since that shit, they just to get her on the Shade Room. Because then they posted a video of people talking shit about, how she was twerking. And then she opened for BET. She was the pre-show, pre-show, outside kind of thing.
2 nominations. I think.
Two nominations. Off what?
Off the song.
Off of
her song.
She does song?
That song that she had is popular. That's why she was able to perform in the pre-show. Look, it's not hip hop, but it's a catchy song if you ask the people. That No More Parties, I imagine that was the song they were talking about.
I never even heard of this girl until I never heard of her until there was drama with her.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's
never, and I thought it was Love and Hip Hop shit because Benzino used to be on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
Everything's a rollout.
But I thought it was a rollout for them coming back because I heard about Love and Hip Hop coming back, and actually the Atlanta season's coming back. That's the first one, but I thought it was for them. I didn't know it was this.
And it's funny that she would beef with Benzino. Benzino used to run The Source. Mm-hmm. So for that to
Well, no, it's her father.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but also, if this was, used to hype her up for XXL, a rival magazine company, even though Benzino doesn't own either one anymore. He's not involved with either, but I thought it was funny. But her, and then who else we got? The other people. Tusi. Blast, which is spelled BLXST. So I'm guessing it's Blast.
Yep.
DDG.
Who was the 10th spot winner?
Oh, I was a 10th spot winner. You were hoping for Dante Hitchcock, or at least Ruby Rose or Ian Dior.
No. That's two different. I was hoping for Dante Hitchcock would make it at the very least. And then those Ruby Rose and Ian Dior are the next two people.
Ian Dior, I've heard that name before. Ruby Rose, I've seen only pictures of her online.
Yeah, because she's bad bitch. She has crazy body, I think.
Is that what it is?
I think so. I think that's her.
Yes, Ruby Rose is the actress. Yeah, short hair.
Yeah, not her. Somebody else. No, this is Ruby. She spelled it with an I.
Yeah, RUBI Rose.
Mm-hmm. I think. Look it up. I think she has a bad body, though. Because the website, they have, all these crazy-ass... they have all these pictures and shit. But it was weird because when I went to look it up, it took me to the voting site. Mm-hmm. But it had all of these people on it and more. And it said, vote for the 10th spot. But then, because I noticed that all these people, this XXL list, all of them are sprinkled into the vote for the 10th spot that they leave for the people, right?
Mm. Okay.
But they're all on there.
Yeah. No, it makes no sense.
No, because I seen Coi Leray, right? That's how you say her name?
Cool.
When I was looking through it, I was like, oh, this is the 10th. I was like, oh, well, let me see who could have been voted because it said voting ended. Well, let me see. And that's when I seen Dante Hitchcock was up for the vote. You could have voted for him.
I would have picked him.
I seen Coi was there. And then I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, well, hopefully she didn't fucking win the spot. So when I'm looking at the actual list, I see her name. But then when DDG comes out, his picture, it has... on the bottom, 10th spot winner. But I'm just thinking, like, why would you have... And then I went... all these people are on... Flo Milli, all of them, Pooh Shiesty, are all in the voting part of it. And there's more names.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
There's maybe like 10... and it was a lot.
It's just an error in the voting, I guess. But, I mean, out of these names...
No, it was probably they had the list already up.
That's right.
And just figured, all right, well, let's think people are... let's let people think that they can vote.
I think out of this whole list, I've actually heard 3 of these people's music. I've heard 42 Doug.
I never heard any of these people's
First time
music.
I heard 42 Doug, it was on the Little Baby song. And then he's actually featured on Tyler's album.
Who? 42 Doug?
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. Moray.
Mm-hmm. No.
Moray's dope, actually.
Moray, okay, he's the only person I've actually heard. Pooh Shiesty, never heard him.
Pooh Shiesty had a
I've
song
heard
with
of
Coi
him,
Leray.
but I've never heard him.
Pooh Shiesty's got that song, I could be wrong. Back in Blood?
I don't fucking know.
That shit was
I've only heard of him.
Well, that song, with the past month and a half, 2 months,
and it almost
like the most gangster song out.
But it almost sounds like Pooh Shiesty. Like, it just... I think when I first heard his name, I thought it was like somebody calling somebody else Shiesty. Like, oh, that's some Shiesty ass shit. Yeah. Like Pooh Shiesty. I'm like, is that like some new slang? Like, I did not know that was a rapper.
I'm at Pooh Shiesty right now.
Yeah, that's what it came across as. Like, I was just like, is that a whole new rap? Like, the
Winnie
fuck?
the Pooh
Like
had
some new
rap name. It just became Pooh Shiesty.
Pooh would definitely be Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
yeah, for sure.
If that's my rap name, I don't want anybody abbreviating my name and calling me Pooh, like when we're chilling. Like, that'd just be super weird. Like, you gotta call me Shiesty or Shice at that point. You can't call me Pooh.
I just feel like he should just be called Shiesty. Like, I would get rid of Pooh.
Well, it's like me. Some people call me Pro. Some people call me Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to just be called Pooh.
Pooh. That's weird.
Pooh. But yeah, I mean, look, another year, another list full of people. I can guarantee you.
Moray, like, I remember his debut. That shit was fire. Or maybe it was a mixtape.
And then his work on Cole's album was great.
Yeah.
Everything he's done, the Quicksand single, everything before that has been dope.
None, like, Coi Leray, I've never heard of her shit. Unless, like, it was... No, never heard of it.
You really haven't heard any of her music?
I don't think so. Unless it played, I had no idea. Like, somebody's video.
She does, like, the ultra, like, high, squeaky voice type rap.
I definitely did not listen to it. If I heard it, maybe 5 seconds, and I changed it. Because that sounds annoying as fuck.
She's definitely got a song, but...
No.
No More Parties? If I find it right now, I gotta find, like, a quick...
You're gonna have it on your Apple Music? You should play it, and then it changed, like, your whole algorithm. Imagine.
Oh, God, no, don't say that.
Imagine. No, that's why when I'm listening to new music and I don't know how I feel about it, I go on Spotify.
I mean, she's a super skinny girl and, like, twerking. Like, I don't know. People make a big deal out of shit.
Yeah, no, people were saying that she looks like, because she's
super skinny.
Yeah, because she's light skinned. They were saying that she looks like unseasoned chicken, like flapping.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, like pretty much some like what is it called? What's her name? Miley Cyrus type shit. Somebody actually in the comment I remember said I'm having Miley Cyrus flashbacks.
She got a better booty than Miley Cyrus.
I never seen no, but like this, it wasn't like an ass shot. It was her in front of the camera like this, standing up, shaking her legs and like twerking, but her ass wasn't pointed to the camera. So it was just weird. It was just weird.
I'm just on this shit right now. Yeah, I gotta stop looking at this stuff.
Changing all your algorithms and shit.
Oh God, no.
Your explore page is gonna be full of her.
All right, so out of those 10 people, how many you think are gonna make it next year? Have a song out? Because that's always we never check back on that. How many people from last year's list are still out right now? Still around?
I can probably look up last year's. Shit, I should have.
Last year, only person I know for sure, Jack Harlow.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Like, that made sense.
Let me see. Oh, because I just fucking looked this up. Let's see. Double XL. Let me see.
No, it wasn't the Baby or Meg Thee Stallion last year. That was like 2 years ago.
What?
That the freshman list that had her.
That was wait, no, was this episode 57? No, that wasn't it.
Meg Thee Stallion, Lil Baby, or Da Baby.
So this was
Roddy
episode
Ricch.
54. That was the last time we went over the list. Let me see. This is also the BET Awards too.
It was a year ago.
Nah, it's not. I guess we didn't have it out yet. Oh, we didn't write it out yet. I mean, or deleted it, I guess. Whatever. I'm gonna have to edit this dead silence out.
No, it's all right, good. I got it. So, I got last year. So, it was NLE Chopper, Polo G, Chica, Baby Keem, Mulatto, Jack Harlow, Rod Wave, Lil TJ, Cali Boy, Fabio Foreign, Little Keed, and the 10th person was 24K Golden, who at that point I didn't hear about him, and then I heard his song, and it was everywhere. Always in the mood. Why you always in the mood? That type of shit. But yeah, that last year's list looks a hell of a lot more successful than this year's. I'll say that much. Like, I know of NLE Chopper, Polo G.
I remember going over this last year and saying, like...
Same shit we're saying now.
Yeah. Well, no. That I knew more, because I knew Jack Harlow back then.
Right.
Yeah, like I knew at least some of them.
And Jack Harlow probably on that list is probably the most successful.
Yeah. Actually, I'm thinking about I don't think we talked about when the list dropped. I think we talked about when the freestyles dropped. It was like shortly after anyway.
Shit's trash. And I don't even know what to expect this year.
No.
But the whole style has changed.
What?
Beat-wise, like... Because we talked about this last time. We'll probably bring it up again. Where everything changed in the XXL Freshman list as far as the ciphers go was that, like... And you can debate this, but that legendary cipher with Lil Uzi, 21 Savage, Kodak Black. You know that one. Like, that's the one that's played the most, regardless of, like, whether you like it or not. Like, that shit is just the most popular one.
I remember when that came out, yeah.
Because it was like, all right, this is mumble rap. This is the new age now. All the bar spitters, like, it's not even about that no more.
Yeah.
Like, that's when the bar got lowered and everything got changed when that happened. And it's just like, now it's just like, we're just seeing more and more of this shit.
Bullshit,
and it's weird, man. Like, I just want to see dudes like Sade, like Joyner, like King Los, like
Logic, who is back now. We didn't even talk about that. I just remembered it.
It took a 6-month hiatus. You can't say you back.
And you retired.
You retired in 6 months.
And then he dropped a hits album. I called something. I forgot. Damn, I think I have it somewhere. I have it saved somewhere, unless I didn't save it. Oh no, I deleted it because I was like, the fuck. I was like, oh yeah. Logic drops the YS Collection Volume 1 compilation of highlights from the rappers series, the Young Sinatra shit.
I fuck with that. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, no, but I think he's gearing up to like more music and shit.
Yeah, I know he had like the album with Madlib. Called Magic.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which I'm down to listen to because I love Madlib. So I'm down for that.
Madlib, yeah.
And I'm sure on some good production, Logic because he can still flow, even if he's not rapping like crazy shit like he used to.
Yeah,
he still got a great flow, so it's still somewhat listenable.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we're gonna get into music and what music is hot, like what I enjoyed, we haven't really gotten to talk about it because you haven't really heard it yet.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Lloyd Banks' album, crazy.
Yeah.
Peter Rosenberg's compilation album is ridiculous. Like,
oh no, I did hear Lloyd Banks.
You did hear Lloyd Banks.
Yeah, but I only had like 1.5 listens, and I was like, and I told you last week. I was like, yeah, we still talk about it though.
Yeah, no. All right, well, let's talk about it. What'd you think?
Well, no, I thought that shit was fire, but I had 1.5 listens, so I have to still like, I
like the fact that he brought back 3-verse songs. All
Same.
the features were fucking phenomenal on there. Freddie Gibbs,
Freddie Gibbs joint, that shit was fire, and it was funny because when I was just thinking, like, at one point, like, damn, this shit is still going. The same song. I was like, oh, okay.
3 verses.
It was by the third track. I was like, oh, okay. So he's bringing back the old. Okay, like it just threw me off because that's not what you hear anymore.
Isn't that crazy how it threw you off?
It threw me off. It did. Like, it definitely did.
I hearing Banks go first, then hearing Benny go second, then hearing another verse from Banks. I'm like, holy shit.
That was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah, like you're not used to that anymore. Like I remember that day. Like I gotta write 3 verses. Like back in the day. Like I got a feature. I gotta write 2. Now it's just all right. Gotta write 1.
Yeah.
And I don't think the people care. But I think when you offer that, people they're cool with it. Like they're not gonna complain. Like, oh, it was too many verses. Like especially if they're good. Like I don't mind. Lloyd Banks is one of them dudes. Like I'll listen to him spit all day.
Yeah.
Like that's not a problem. So I
missed his voice.
Now the Rosenberg album.
That I have not heard.
Amazing.
I heard great things.
And I think you'll appreciate it because it's got. I guess his main concept was he wanted to put together known vets with newer guys, but all underground. So like
nice,
for instance, the song with Ghostface Killah, Jim Jones, who have never collabed together, and then throw in Crime Apple.
Nice. Oh, Crime Apple's on there. Nice.
Yeah, so them three together, that was a crazy joint.
I can't believe I actually believed I was gonna get that interview with him.
Ah, stop.
Damn.
He was almost there. Could have happened.
It was through connection. Technically, he said he would do it, but I think I got lost in his request folder.
Possibly.
So, yeah, and then
he just dropped another project.
Yeah, and then my brother was just like, "Do you want me?" I was like, "Nah, it's fine. It's been too long. It's fine. Don't worry about it."
Nah, he's making noise out here though, and he did his fucking thing on that album, especially being next in between Jim Jones.
Maybe I should hit
and Ghost.
Maybe I should hit up my brother again and be like, "Hey."
Like I said, he did just drop a project.
Flex again, yeah.
So it's good, but no, that album
that
is really good.
One.
Rock Marciano. Mm-hmm. Who else, man? There's just so many people. Flea Lord, Styles P, Ransom.
Yeah, I saw Ransom on the Lloyd Banks shit was.
Yeah.
Ransom, no, but I think Ransom is in all three albums that you told me to listen to. The Lloyd, Rosenberg, and the other joint I forgot.
I think he put out a single. He put out his own tape too. 7.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I have it saved to listen to.
Yeah, after the 7 Deadly Sins. Mm-hmm. So a song with him and Royce Greed is fucking amazing, and Banks is on that too. So I think they did like the trade-off, track to track. What else? And then that was the week before, and then this past week, which you haven't heard, but you'll get on it. Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, it dropped Friday, and I remember being at work, and I'm like, like fuck, like I was on my way to work. I'm like, I don't want to listen to this. Like, I'll just wait. And then Saturday worked all day. Fucking Sunday, we were in New York and shit, and I was just like,
I mean,
I had like literally no time to listen to that shit. So I'm gonna listen to it and then I'll talk about it next week.
Talk about a fucking album.
So you're gonna talk about it now? I told you to wait till next week so I can talk about it.
Can I just say one thing then?
I just won't talk about it. Just listen. Go ahead.
We'll talk about it. No, it has nothing to do with the actual album.
What? Oh.
So they got Hip Hop by Numbers. Mm-hmm. So Tyler the Creator's first week sales. Mm-hmm. His first album, Goblin, 45K.
Yeah.
The next one, 89K. Mm-hmm. Cherry Bomb, 58K. Flower Boy, which is one of my favorites.
That one's fire.
106K. Mm-hmm. Igor, the one that came out last year, that competed with Khaled's album. That
took over number Igor. Yeah. No, wait, was that Igor or was that Flower?
That was Igor. That's the one
okay. Gotcha.
Competed and beat Khaled. 165K. And this new one, Call Me If You Get Lost, projected 175.
Makes sense.
So he just keeps going up and up and up. Plus, he performed at the BT Awards. So I probably got his numbers up too.
Yeah, for sure.
So he's doing it, man.
Yeah, because it was funny. I seen the clip because I was debating on talking about it, but I didn't actually watch it. I was like, whatever about it, the BT shit. And I clicked on his the clip of him performing. Yeah. And I'm watching it. And I'm like, I don't even remember that. I was like, what song is this? I was like, oh no! And I panicked and I stopped it because I have to listen top to bottom, in order. So I'm just like, nah, I don't want to ruin it. No, don't ruin the experience for me.
No, I won't ruin anything else. I will say though, without spoiling anything, is Tyler and Wayne together on a track, always gold.
Oh yeah, no, I seen Twitter go crazy about
Smuckers on that one album. I think it was Cherry Bomb. The one on Flower Boy, Dropping Seeds.
Quick question: How much was it? How much was it the sales for Goblin? 40. Let's also be conscious of the fact that Goblin came out when LimeWire was still
45K.
I'll be real. I got Goblin off LimeWire.
45K first week for Goblin.
Is that? It's not that bad for a debut.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's not bad.
It's really good.
Wait, no. Is Goblin? Was it Tyler himself or was it the Wolfgang? Oh, okay.
That's Tyler. It's
yeah, because I'm like, wait, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. Yeah. That was still Wolfgang type shit though. Yeah. Okay.
But that was him coming to the forefront.
That was my shit. Yeah. Goblin is my shit.
That's a shit. And then everything else, and it's just growth. You can tell because I wasn't the hugest fan. I respected Goblin. Cherry Bomb, I was like, but when I heard Flower Boy, I was like, all right, I fuck with this guy now.
I don't remember Cherry Bomb, so I'm assuming maybe I didn't hear it enough, or maybe it just wasn't it for me. Flower Boy, that was my shit.
Flower Boy had a lot of joints on it.
I wrote a review for that one. I remember.
And that's when he started teetering in his his sexuality, because I was like, all right, is he gay? Is he bi? What's going on here?
Well, Lore, what do you say? Sex is fluid.
It's fluid. Yeah. He's fluid. Like that's what they have for Loki in his chart.
Oh yeah, I seen
his sex. He's fluid, but it makes sense because.
Oh, they actually had that. Well, I seen some type of Facebook shit about it.
Gender fluid.
Gender fluid.
Gender was fluid. Yeah. So which makes sense because no,
different
universes sees different things.
It was funny because the Facebook the meme or whatever was saying it was like, oh, everybody. People going crazy of the fact that it was like gender fluid or what, right? Mm-hmm. The Marvel shit. And then the next one, it said something like, but real comic book fans thinking like, okay, well, Loki was a horse who got fucked by a horse and had a like baby horse or some shit like that. Yeah. So it was something like that. And I was just like, I didn't even know that. Like, damn.
The comic book nerds know so much more.
Like, funny. I didn't even know that shit. When is Loki over so I can finally watch it?
We are in the 4th week, I believe, this week. So about
two more episodes. Oh, okay, yeah. 2 more episodes.
Well, 3 technically. This will be the 4th and 5th and 6th. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So okay, 3.
And it's gonna pick up. Apparently, they said it's gonna pick up this week and next week.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. No, it's a mind fuck. It's a serious mind fuck without giving anything away.
I mean, it's Loki. Like it has to be a mind fuck. Yeah. Oh, that's you.
But it's all good. It's all shit. The timeline.
Yeah.
You know. And we back, episode 91. We out here. Mm-hmm. Already know. Sade's a little bit tired. Oh, she hitting on the. Let me get that, matter of fact. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Test that over here.
Let me know when it dies. I have a fresh pod.
Got you. All right, so keeping in the hip-hop talk right now, we had some sound bites that came out in the past few weeks that we wanted to talk about. One of them actually is from T-Pain. I thought this was kind of funny, but also kind of sad at the same time. So you have the audio? Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hear that. It's a situation that T-Pain had on a plane recently with Usher.
Take one. I heard a story about you and Usher on an airplane.
Okay. Oh, he just wasn't speaking. Okay.
No, the guy asked him a question.
We was actually going to the 2013 BET Awards, and we were all in first class. And I went to sleep. I was awakened by the flight attendant. She said, Usher would like to talk to you in the back. So I got up and went back, and it was like, how's everything going? Quick, small talk. No big deal. And he was like, man, I want to tell you something.
You watching or no?
What's good? I thought he was about to tell me something real. He sounded real concerned. He was like, man, you kind of fucked up music.
Oh, shit. That was it, right?
Oh, that was it?
That was it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was it.
So the funniest part to me was Usher having the stewardess go wake him up and say, yo, tell him to come back. Tell him to come back to my seat. So he's thinking, to me, if I'm being woken up by stewardess saying, Usher want to talk to me, I'm thinking it's only good things. Mm-hmm. But then to be invited and walk while the plane's moving, only to be told, hey, you fucked up music.
That's wild.
I would right there say, well, fuck you, Usher, first of all. Second of all, I would immediately bring up, how many times did you try putting auto-tune on one of your songs to try to sound like me?
Well, wait.
How fucking dare you?
I wonder, when was this? Did he say when? Did I miss it?
A couple years ago.
Oh, it was a couple years ago.
He said the 2013 BET Awards.
Okay. Oh, yeah, 2013.
Yeah. So not a couple years ago, I'm sorry.
So at this point, I'm trying to think of what dropped at this point. But regardless, yeah. I know. I think the Usher using autotune was after.
Because the first song I think about is that Oh My God track.
That was after 2013.
But that's just you being a hypocrite.
That wasn't. That was before. I was still in high school when that came out. Yeah, no, that was before. That was autotune.
All T-Pain did was usher in a new era of music that's being used today by a lot of people. And it just went to show you, okay, all these other acts that are big now, they can't compete. Or they sound super fucking old trying to do what T-Pain does now.
Yeah.
Because, play an Usher song nowadays. I think the only one that actually, was a bop was that the recent one he put out where he says, I like love, I'm just bad at it.
Yeah. That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
That sounded like classic vintage Usher.
That did.
But him doing the Oh My God shit, that was just that was a microwave single.
Yeah,
he was trying to catch fire with doing some shit everybody else was doing.
It kind of hit, because it was a hit. I feel like, was it a hit?
It was a hit.
It was a hit,
It hit
right?
when it came out, but it also felt like microwave. It was here today, gone tomorrow type shit.
It was.
I knew it because, mad adults I knew the song.
I was in Miami when I first heard it. It was, I don't know, were you living there? No, you weren't living there yet. No, you had to be. When did that come
song?
out?
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think of when it came out. I know I first heard it when I was in Miami.
Yeah, that shit, man.
Oh, do you remember?
There you go. So many ways to love you.
Do you remember when I was 17 when I was in Miami? Now I remember when I heard this.
Holy shit.
Do you remember when I had that little that boyfriend, whatever the fuck you want to call him? What was it? What was his name? No, do not. Okay, if that catches the audio,
Bleep it.
Future Sade at this point. If you're when you're listening,
bleep
that. No, God, no, ew, no, no, God. Ugh. The Puerto Rican from Patterson, him. Yeah. Oh God, that was a rough one. Remember, I had to break up with him. That was horrible. That was when the song came out. He was very dramatic. It's very dramatic.
So there you go. See, it's crazy how a song can make you think about somebody from.
But yeah, no. Now I remember when that song came out. You weren't living. Yeah, we were still in high school. Cause I was. Yeah, he was. What was he? 20. He was 21.
Oh, I feel so old.
Yeah, he was 21. I was 17. When my brothers found out about him, I was like, I'm not even fucking talking to him anymore. They're like, that was like that's it. Cause
I could see them mad.
Yeah, cause he was my.
I'd be mad too.
We went to a I think a baby shower or some type of birthday party in Patterson. He was my cousin's friend who got invited. And that's how I met him. So when it got back to my brothers, because he was telling, yeah, and he was telling everybody in Patterson, and it eventually got back to my family, like, you know, like my immediate family. Yeah. And it was, yeah. Damn. And I think my sister found out, and then, or my mom, I forgot, somebody found out and snitched on me.
Yeah, can't blame him.
Yeah, my brothers got real, like, crazy about it, and I was just like, man, mind you, I think that was right before I met Juan. Lloyd Banks. Bleep. No, it's fine. I don't have to bleep that one out. It's fine.
Lloyd Banks? He look like Lloyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, bleep that out.
No, he probably goes by, and he was an engineer, producer, and rapper.
Oh, nice.
So we would always talk about music. Yeah, talk about music and shit. Here, I'll put in his stage name. I'm not gonna say it. There you go. But
I mean, if you do, we bleep it. It's no big deal.
Yeah,
yeah. Hell yeah, exactly. We got bleep and we blur out the lips too.
No, I do not. I don't.
Yeah, any lip reading motherfuckers, you don't?
No, I don't. Oh, shit. I don't.
Someone's gonna go back and find out all this shit now.
No, there were a couple times where I'm just like, damn, I wish we had more angles because I went back and like looked and nah.
Okay.
Because when I do the bleep and then I do the video, you don't see, like, you can't tell. Open Instagram. I don't know his last. Oh, there you go. Bleep that and blur. If not, go to Instagram. Instagram, I think, has a stage name. But anyway, this is right before
Beep and blur. Something like that. That's a little too much.
No, it's like they were doing photography or something. Like somebody was just taking the picture. Or he was kind of extra too. Remember, he's always like drink his coffee with his pinky up.
Oh,
he was so extra.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, he was the cousin of our friend at the time. So that's how we met.
Unbelievable. So was this, but your brothers were mad because you were 17? Or
they were mad that it was just a boyfriend. And they were mad that I was 17 and he was 21, like the age difference.
That's what I'm saying, they were mad about the age.
Yeah, they didn't know about this one.
But had you been a year older, wouldn't have been an issue?
Probably not. No, I think it would be.
Still?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I'm the baby of, you know.
Yeah.
They kind of acted crazy when I introduced Juan, but not that much. Like, I waited. Like, Juan and I were together for like 2-3 years, I think, when I brought him to the family.
Oh, wow. But they knew about him?
No.
They didn't know about him? No. Kept him in the dark?
Yeah. No, my sister thought I was, she thought I was either like asexual or a lesbian.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because according to her, since the only one that they knew about was that it didn't work out and it didn't last that long, so she just assumed. And I think she convinced my mom that I was gay too. So when I first told my mom about Juan, I was like, it was her and her husband and we're out to eat, and I'm like, so do you remember? I was like, you know how you and Liana think that I'm gay? And Jim just starts laughing. Her husband starts cracking up. And I was like, yeah, no, I have a boyfriend. I think I'm ready to introduce you guys to him. And Jim was like, listen, I never thought that. But your mother. And then my mom's like, no, I never thought it. And it was like, we're just joking around and shit. I'm like, no, it's cool. Because I'm.
They thought it.
Yeah.
They thought it.
For sure.
Yeah, they
for
thought
sure.
it.
Because I never brought anybody around. And I've always been like boyish. So I don't know.
I could
guess
see
I
you
fit.
as asexual if you weren't in a relationship. I could see you that way.
I would see her as a lesbian.
But what's.
I could also see her as a
what?
lesbian.
Not even like because you would do it, but just because of the way you carry yourself.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
vibe,
no, I
your vibe.
get. I get a lot. Friends. Remember that one? There was this one girl that like she kept hitting on me, and I was in the. I think she didn't know that I was in the room. One night we had a party, and like our friend at the time, she her mom always went to DR, so like whenever her mom was out, I would like stay with her. Angel used to stay with her. Like we used to have parties all the time and shit like that. It's like the height of hookah days and all this, like 2010.
Yes.
So like 2010, 2011. And it was like right before I graduated. And she would bring her friends over, and she didn't know. The second time I'm meeting her friend, she didn't know I was there in the house. She's like, so is that girl coming? Because like, damn, she's talking about me and shit. And it's also funny because Lloyd Banks was there. Lloyd Banks was cracking up, but they wouldn't tell this girl to shut up. They didn't know that I was in there changing. Like she didn't know that I was right in the room, and the kitchen's right outside the door. So she's talking about me, and I'm just like, like somebody tell her before I have to open the door and be like, hey, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm straight on that. I'm literally straight on that. So it was funny. And then afterward, like when I eventually like had to get out of the room, she had asked me later on, but my friend was like, no, like she don't really like the swing that way, like, whatever. Lloyd Banks just fucking laughing, cracking up and shit, because he knows that me and him kind of had a thing going on. So that shit was funny. But I've been told that I have like, I give the vibe.
You get the vibes. Like you'd be if you were, I guess you'd be a butch.
Probably,
like
yeah.
You're a couple levels away from like wearing flannel shirts and a backwards trucker hat every day.
You didn't hear this? You can hear it? Probably, honestly, probably.
Like
I'm boyish
like,
as fuck, but it's
you
funny
would-
because when I clean up, it's like completely
Oh,
opposite.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you just kept like the tomboyish look, I'm like, oh, you're the one that wears the strap on. Yeah, I can see that.
But
you
it's
carry
funny.
the strap.
No, but it's funny because her relationship completely different.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, her relationship.
Get the strap.
It's her that. Look at that! Look at her face! Look at her.
While you hopping out, you casually leaving the conversation.
Literally about to see my
I wish the camera was on her to see her like
You pick this up real quick.
swerve off the fucking couch.
Just squirming out.
Like, do not get me involved in this conversation.
Man, I mean, I don't mind.
Well, you got to be on the mic. No, but both times. But it's fun. Oh shit! Because her current and her last one, she seems like the girly one, right?
Right.
Yep.
Not the case.
Yep.
So
She's the one that literally wears the
Is your
pants.
significant other more girlier than you?
She's not. She's just
No.
more submissive.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
She doesn't carry herself that way though.
Got you.
Yeah.
So it's only when you guys are in private.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's dope.
But it's funny because we're also in like an open relationship, so we casually date other people, and when she
Okay.
is dating other people, she's dominant and she's never been submissive with other people. It's like just a dynamic that we.
So she saves the submissiveness for you.
I think it's because of who you are.
I
Like,
think it's a comfort, and yes, I mean.
But that's
You're a
actually
dominant
kind of
bitch,
dope
that's why.
then it.
yeah.
That's actually kind of dope then, because even though it's an open relationship, it's still kind of exclusive when she's
Oh,
saving the
yeah.
submissiveness for you.
Absolutely, in a weird way, like we're kind of monogamous with each other, even though we don't practice monogamy. Like we
Right.
have a very special, like kind of sort of thing that's just ours, and that's why it's okay to date other people.
Now, do you have a rule? Like, is there certain stuff that you can do with other people or you can't do?
There used to be.
You gotta get on the
when
mic,
we
girl.
were, like, I know. There used to be, right, when we were like figuring it out, but as we like started to trust the foundation more, those rules started becoming like less relevant because it wasn't necessary. It was just kind of like we both know what's up. Just let me know where you're at or who you're hanging out with, and that's it. And
That's dope.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it wasn't a walk in the park, and
No, I can imagine.
Definitely didn't happen overnight, and it took a lot of. We used to have rules. We used to be like, well, if you're gonna go out, you have to let me know like 48 hours in advance because I need to mentally prepare myself. We don't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
You know, there's no mental. We're past those growing pains at this point, which is it's tough. I mean, we just turned 7 years though, so needless to say, it took a long.
So it's been a 7-year open relationship from the jump.
I want to say it started like a year and a half or 2 in after we kind of established like, okay, we've been together for, you know, this much time, and it's pretty like firm, and it's not like we're fucking around and just dating to date we're, and then it became like a curiosity where it was just brought up one day, and then we were also kind of hanging out with people in that lifestyle. Amado, she knows him.
Oh, okay, so that kind of influenced the decision.
Totally. I mean, they made it very comfortable for us to like. I mean, we asked them a billion questions, and obviously every couple who kind of does this thing has their own dynamic and their own way of going about it. But it was nice to see, I guess, people who we admired in a relationship doing it and achieving it and it being healthy, and it was just something I wanted because I feel like, I don't know, I have nothing against monogamy. I actually respect monogamy so much because the idea of like not limiting myself to one person but limiting myself to experiences is what sucks. You know, because like things might come up and you know, at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with what I have at home. It's just my experience. Right. And it's separate from my relationship. So, again, it's a hard pill to swallow.
Absolutely it is,
you know? But...
And a lot of people couldn't even see your type of thinking, which is even crazier.
But guess what? When I have these conversations, even with my friends who I'm sure would never, you know, but they see where I'm coming from, and I feel like there's like a mutual respect. And
well, absolutely. Hell yeah.
No, I remember this is one time. Hold on, let me put my mic down. There was this one time when I was working in Miami. Well, I was working in Florida.
Yes.
And I was over there.
Yeah, like for like a month or some shit.
Yeah.
It was like basically living over.
Pretty much. I had an apartment and everything. But anyway, so I was chilling with you guys, and I think went to go sleep. But it was funny because you were all of a sudden like we're having a conversation. She gets on her phone. Not even 5 minutes later, kind of just throws the phone down, and then start huffing and puffing. I was just like, what the fuck just happened? It was because I was tipsy. They had just finished smoking, and it was pretty much, what was it? I don't know if you remember. It was the one of the girls that was saying like, well, why do you have to be in a relationship? She didn't understand about the open shit and got like, and then when we're talking about it, she kind of lashed out at me, and I'm like, no, like I think it's okay. Like I'm not. It's like it's fine. But anyway, no, you gotta tell the story because it was crazy. We'll just share the mic. It was crazy because this girl really just like
she was just here's my thing. I actually read a whole thread on this recently where like people who are when you're, I don't like to label myself as polyamorous, but I guess the idea is that
hold on, should we take a break and get her like in the angle?
Are you serious?
Wait, does she want to be on camera?
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind.
Right, so
I feel so.
All right.
So we're gonna break, and Lorena's gonna be in there.
All right, all right, so we back, and since this conversation got on to a very interesting start, we had to have Lorena here on camera with us. So real quick, just quick introduction before we even go back into this, because she was just talking and we didn't. Audience didn't even know who she was.
We didn't even finish it because we got into my photo shit. So this is my high school friend. We've known each other, I think, since middle school, technically.
Get a round of applause.
We've known each other since middle school.
I don't know why I'm doing a round of applause right now. Oh yeah, because we're okay. Sorry, I forgot. So yeah, this is pretty much Pro mentioned my mentor.
Yes.
Because it was funny because she helped me with my flyers, right? Because I was also her test subject when she got into photography. Word. But she helped me with like the flyers and stuff. And I just one day was like, listen, I don't want to bother you. You're like, this is when she started like picking up gigs and shit. Yeah. So I don't want to bother you. Just show me how to do it. At first, you didn't want to show me. So I would literally just watch you. I would just like be behind her and like next to her.
I just wanted to do it for her. Not even because I didn't think she could, but just because at that point I just wanted to offer something to you that I could.
Yeah.
But I realized that now teaching her was better because look at her.
Yeah.
She's out
She's
doing it,
blossomed,
offering
yeah, it took off.
logos and stuff like that.
She's
Yeah,
working out here, man.
so I used to always like I'll do something and then run it by her.
Yeah.
Be like, what do you think? Or like how the fuck do I do this? And then I got into like all the Adobe shit. And yeah, okay.
And here we are. So before we were talking about polyamorous relationships.
And she also introduced
open
me
relationships.
to Juan too.
Oh yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
me and
Very important. Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay, that's very dope.
Oh yeah, me and Tono go back to when I was like 12. Like he's known me since I was like it's like since before I hit puberty.
So this
probably.
is a very interesting link in the relationship. Okay, that's very dope. Okay,
yes.
That's very dope. Okay, it all came together here. And look at us here now. This is
I
great.
know, how beautiful
That's
is
dope.
that?
That's dope. That's dope. Oh, but getting back to what we were talking about before, so very interesting thing that came up before was open relationships. Now, Sade and I have spoken about this many times before in our past episodes, but we never had someone that actually experienced it here with us.
Yeah.
So I had to give a first-hand experience. So before we were just talking about how you don't judge anybody else that believes in monogamy.
I don't. But
And-
then I feel like people sometimes who are monogamous. So I have obviously put myself out there since my girlfriend and I date casually. And whenever you run into someone who is strictly monogamous, they almost try to like, and I'm not saying because this doesn't go for everybody. For the most part, they try to be very receptive. But at the end, they're kind of just waiting for you to pick them.
Yeah, like that
And
girl.
they're waiting for you to pick monogamy.
Like the girl at that
Exactly.
night was like, well, why does she have to be included? Like, why do you have to be with her? Mind you, she like Laura is telling her. I think you told her hey, like this. You're just it's just us going on a date. Like
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, don't think that because I am involved with someone that they're going to be directly involved with what we're doing. And that I feel like there's always that confusion too, where some people get scared and think that they're getting involved in a throuple. No. Like, me and my girlfriend have very separate experiences. And I mean, we're usually not into the same person, and the same person is usually not into both of us. So that's why we may have in the beginning when we were exploring everything tried to do things together because it just felt safe doing it together, but we very quickly realized that going our separate ways is just fine, and it has nothing to do with us and what we have. But yeah, this girl, like, I just kind of felt like she was bullying me a little, and this was at a time where it's not that I wasn't sure, but I was very much like learning to be okay with sort of living my life that way and being accepted, because at some point I was like, man, like maybe I'm asking for too much, like maybe the way that I want to live my life is not realistic, and because it's such a hard pill for people to swallow, and there always is that weird transition with people who are strictly monogamous that it just kind of feels like you're not accepted. And then you start to doubt yourself. I don't go through that anymore, but it was very much like that when I was like on Tinder and on these apps, like trying to meet people, trying to date. And you want to be honest from the beginning because you don't want to get people involved in something that they don't want to get involved with. And I mean, that kind of creates a quality control too, because right off the bat, okay, that's not for you, and that's fine. And I have nothing, I don't judge you, and I hope that you don't judge me for wanting, this for myself. So
I think it's real mature, the fact that you and your girlfriend have been able to come to that type of agreement, because like you were saying before, it's easily judged by monogamous people.
Of course.
And they see some fault in it. They think you're being...
you're trying to have your cake and eat it too. You have commitment issues.
There you go. Perfect.
All of these sort of little things. And like, I mean, I guess when you pick at those specific parts, it may look that way.
Yeah.
But just like we were saying before, like, in a way, I have a very monogamous relationship with my girlfriend, even if it's not monogamous. This is why I don't like labels, because labels, I feel, they put you in a box.
Yes.
I think of poly and I think of culty shit when I think of polyamorous people. Have you ever seen like those weird polygamous religious like episodes on like Lifetime where people are like escaping
like
these
the
cults?
Amish?
God,
Well, that's what I thought about, because
they might
they're
as well
polygamous.
be.
Yeah.
Are they?
I think I saw some with the Amish dude.
I did not know that.
Some Irish. Wait, did I say Irish? Amish.
I mean,
Some
it
Irish
kind of
too,
makes
but
sense.
some
They're an isolated society. I mean, I don't see why that couldn't be a possibility. I had no idea though.
It's crazy. Now, do you think it's easier for two females to have open relationship than a guy and a girl? have an open relationship?
Ooh, that's a good question. You know what?
We
the
know a
thing
couple
is-
too. We should ask. Duh. I don't know why I never asked them. But yeah, sorry.
Who do we know?
Oh no. Pro and I know.
Oh, you guys know
okay.
a couple.
I was gonna say, I can't think of them at the moment.
And they're a heterosexual couple? Wow. I'm not.
She's bi. Like she'll go both.
Oh, okay, okay.
See, I feel like
but it's a
that's-
guy and a girl
guy and a girl, yeah.
that are in the relationship.
But
Okay.
I feel like it's easier for a girl-girl relationship for that to happen.
I see why you would say that. I think girls can be just as insecure as guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like all of that gets routed of like from a place where like you feel like your partner is looking for something somewhere else that you're not giving them when that's not the case. So at some point you feel like you're going to be discarded, and I don't think that is limited to a guy or girl. The people who I actually admire are a heterosexual couple. And my guy friend, who he's mostly my friend, and his wife at the time was who he was open with.
Right.
But he's very sure of himself, and he knows who he is.
Okay.
So
He is so sure of himself.
it's almost like ridiculous. Like this guy goes around and will get rejected and just will go on just fine and be okay. I'm not saying that guys don't take rejection well, but
Right.
you know, we fear that. I don't even think it's just guys. I think anyone in
It's everyone.
general
Yeah.
fears that.
They want to be accepted.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
But when you sit and realize that someone's rejection may have nothing to do with you, you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Very true.
That doesn't mean there's
Yes.
anything wrong with you. You
I
know?
think people take that. They don't think about that part when they're getting rejected.
Of course.
They immediately think, "Oh, what? Something with me?
There's
Was-
something
did
I
have
lack.
Bad breath? Did I?
It's
She not like
so,
my clothes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah.
It's so easy for your mind to go there. But okay, like if you, as long as you're good here and your foundation is good, I think that any, whether you're girl and girl, boy and girl, boy and boy,
Yeah.
I think you could do it.
I think it takes a lot of maturity to be
It
at that point.
absolutely
Yeah,
does.
because that's. I think with a lot of dudes,
a lot
like
of growing pains, man.
a lot of growing pains. Absolutely, yeah. You were saying that before. I believe it because I think like as a guy, like me right now, if I had to think about being in an open relationship, I think me like a lot of other guys, we wouldn't be able to deal with the fact of knowing in the back of our mind our girl is getting like banged out. I hate to say it that way, but by
No.
another guy.
By another
You know?
dude. No,
yeah,
I
by
get
another
it.
dude, and because that's gonna make any guy feel insecure who's not 100% sure of themselves.
There you go.
Yeah.
But if you knew, right, let's just say, and I'm not saying because we all suffer from those insecurities
Right.
at the end of the day. I think even my friend who's so sure of himself has his moments. I mean, if I'm being honest, him and his wife actually got divorced and broke up because he felt like he wasn't getting that partnership out of her, even though it was okay for him. Totally. Even though it was okay for him to go out and date other people, he wanted to come home to that love.
Right.
You know, like at the end of the day, she was his main, and anything else would come second to that. And he felt like there was a lot of voids that he was filling outside because he wasn't getting it. At some point, it didn't balance. You know, there was like a lot of blurred lines for a while. He's like, well, I get to do what I want and I live my life freely, but I'm when I think about it, I'm really not happy because I'm not getting that from her. And at the end of the day, look, he goes out and does him, but he still wants to feel that love from her.
Right.
You know, it's crazy.
No, I totally can. I can see that.
Yeah.
Now, see, here's my thing too. Now, because I think we brought this up before, Sade, about the monogamy thing. That I think it's not a conspiracy, but I just feel like America, the culture here, makes it so it's like you have to. If you're a woman, you have to have that dream wedding. You have to be with that one man for the rest of your life,
man.
and family, and the kids, and the dog, and the white picket fence.
All the rom-com stuff.
I think it's just it's brought on people, and it's just like implanted in all these little girls' brains from the get. Like they have to have the Cinderella, they have to have that beautiful like type of ceremony. Like it has to be like that, and that's how you're supposed to live your life.
And how crazy is that when you're caught up looking for these things, you miss out on all the things that actually matter, like communication with your partner.
Right.
And like
over some bullshit.
Like
Yeah.
a white picket fence that
Yeah.
this guy can give you. Like, so what?
Yeah,
You know?
it's very weird how that's become the norm here. When you see so many other people showing you the other way, and like,
Yeah.
yo, it can work.
Yeah, and it was such a taboo thing, like the polygamy. Literally, it's illegal.
Right, but why is it illegal? That's not why is it illegal though?
Because people make it culty and then it's
Well,
weird.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no.
that's what it is. And then they also when you hear about some of these wives being like shameless, the girl that they adopt in Shameless that runs away,
Mm-hmm.
she's 13 years old and she was a wife and had a kid and everything.
Oh my god, yeah, that was
And
so bizarre.
yeah,
it
and
just
then
came back to me.
Yeah, like that shit was just wild. And the guy was like 70 years old, and when they adopted her,
That's the type of polygamy cults that I'm talking about.
They when they had adopted her, she just somehow in her mind just thought, okay, so this is my husband. I think they had said like, hey, like, you can relax, don't worry about like you're home. So she just thought home. Okay, so this is what I do at my house.
Right.
And Kevin walks into the room and she just has her legs out, and she's just like, okay, I'm ready.
Right.
And she's just there, like,
they're like called. What is that called in The Handmaid's Tale? They're like the ceremonies or whatever.
Oh. It's the redcoats. Like, they're the ones, like, they're just the people, you know.
Yes,
They're
yes.
just there to give birth. Fuck, I forgot the name.
No.
I haven't seen the show in forever.
No, the handmaids.
No, they're really, oh, yeah.
Oh, and
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, that is actually.
It's right there on the tip of my tongue.
It's literally right
Quite
there.
literally.
But no, that whole shit is just, I think that's why. Because it became such the cult thing, and then also they have like such young wives.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
it's
And I think
pretty fucking sick.
I think like with anything in this country, it takes someone of high status, of popularity, to do something for it to not be considered taboo anymore. Like 20 years ago,
That's
we
fair.
Wow.
25 years ago, no one liked a big ass on a woman until J-Lo was popular.
No, but
and-
even J-Lo
and
had
made-
to wrap her ass.
Right, but
Wrap it
people
down.
started realizing, yo, she got a big butt. She's
Yeah.
sexy.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden,
That's
big butts are the
sexy.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a couple years ago, being gay on TV wasn't something that was accepted.
And now you have
Now it
same-sex
just took
couples.
people to do it, come out and have it shown on TV. I think this is the next step.
Not just come out, but like they're like Golden Girls have like a gay character. I had a few of them, but like it wasn't like something to joke on, or like they can actually like kiss. Like you see commercials now where it's like a gay couple and their kid.
Oh my god, did you
Like
guys
the
see
Hallmark
there
type
was a
things.
recent Indeed commercial, and this goes into a whole other category of like pronouns and stuff, which I respect pronouns, but that's like a whole other category of things that has been created because of society trying to like label things and make things what they are, and like you can't put people in a box.
No.
Everybody's too PC at the same time too, which is crazy. Even though we're more open and we're more accepting of people and who they are and what they like and what they want to do,
Totally.
we also have to be more sensitive to like how their feelings are, which is
Of
kind of
course.
crazy too, in a sense.
It is because you can come from a good place and still offend somebody if they receive it in that way, you know? But what I was saying was that there was an Indeed commercial where like the guy is interviewing the kid and he's like, oh, my pronouns are he, him, and you know, what pronouns do you prefer? Like that was the commercial.
Oh wow!
That during the interview he was asked.
Indeed?
Yes,
Yes,
an
Indeed
Indeed
commercial.
commercial.
Oh, like the hiring
the
website?
job,
Yes,
the job site.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, I've
Maybe
heard
that
it a
maybe
couple
that
times.
was just for Pride propaganda, because that's another thing that has escalated.
Yeah, no, that had to
like
be
now
Pride
Pride
propaganda,
Month,
yeah.
it's like everybody
It has to be
is
propaganda
down
for
with
Pride,
the
yeah.
shits, and everybody is
No,
on
yeah,
board.
It's
and
become commercial now.
of
like
course,
like
like
big
Valentine's
companies.
Day.
Like Valentine's Day, like pretty soon Juneteenth, the next couple years, is going to start being
Oh,
more of a thing.
1000%.
You know, so
Yeah.
Pride Month is
It's
the
gonna
next
lose all
thing.
the culture.
Somebody had commented when it came out, I think like when Shaver posted that it was a holiday, right? Somebody had commented saying like, damn, now we're, this time next year we're going to see Target with dashikis.
Yeah.
The commercials and shit. And just white people.
Come make it early for the
dancing around
Juneteenth spectacular, Juneteenth special.
And
Oh,
listen,
for sure.
I'm all for celebrating. Like, be proud, but
gets
like
to a
don't.
point
But
where
you're
it's like-
using it to
But
Like,
the-
for an agenda. You have an agenda.
We had
Yeah.
talked about this on another
bad
episode.
one.
So, this Marvel show that came out, one of the characters was questioned like about his relationship with another hero, like superhero on there, and he was just like, no, like it's like a bromance. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they had tried to insinuate like, oh, is it a gay relationship? And he's like, no, like that's just exploiting it. Like, I mean, it is what it is, but like if it's anything more, if there's anything more than that, then it is what it is. But to make it something like that, then we're just we're exploiting them.
yeah.
And there was like this whole outroar. There was
Mm-hmm.
like people just trying to cancel him over it. But I read his comment and and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
But
that at all.
people will
even the person who shared it is gay, and he even said it. He was like, it was a Facebook thing. That's how I saw it. He was like, what's wrong with people? Like, you guys are trying to cancel over the small. Like, he didn't even say, hey, being gay is bad, and I don't want to be gay on TV, even though he did the fucking Black Mirror shit.
Yeah.
Falcon. Yeah. Falcon. He like, no, it has nothing to do with that. His comment wasn't even about that. So he was just saying, like, no, that'd be Marvel just exploiting, like, Pride, like, now.
I think Marvel's gonna be doing that soon. Like, they're just gonna have an openly gay character in one of the movies.
I mean,
I think that'll be the next step.
I like how they subtly did it with Loki, because technically they aren't wrong about Loki.
Not wrong. You never seen with anybody, but yeah, you could say that he's that way.
But still, it's like if it's too much, then it's just too much.
They're gonna slowly ease into it. Like you said in commercials, you're starting to see it. Like I'm seeing gay couples in commercials now.
Yeah,
with the child.
On Sesame Street, they were saying that Sesame Street just the other day featured their first like gay parents, like these two dads and their daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that a lot.
Oh yeah, I remember somebody was trying to cancel them.
Yeah.
There were a few people
Get
trying
out.
to cancel.
That was recently too that it came
I
out
seen
like
some
officially.
shit.
I don't know when it.
It was like a mini uproar about it.
Yeah, little stuff here. Like I remember the first time I saw a gay couple on TV, like a show that I was watching was Modern Family.
Oh
like, yeah, and they had the adopted the baby. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, but this is their way of easing. Yeah, funny as fuck too. But that was their way of easing into it. You know, because like every network had it in some way, somehow, in some way, shape, or form, just to show that they, they support the cause, everything like that, whether it was for real or not. But
it's always been around, but
it's been around, but now it's more common, and it's okay for people to go out and be who they are and not get judged. I think it's great, and I think, like I said, the next step is going to be polyamorous relationships. You're going to start seeing it more on TV. You're going to see some celebrity couple come out and say that they're open. I think Will and Jada kind of said it.
Yeah, the entanglement sort of thing. But I feel like they've always
been open. It's always been a rumor.
It was a rumor.
I remember there was a lot of scandalous things where
it was a rumor. I felt like they didn't really acknowledge it, but they kind of acknowledged it. Like I think Will doing that whole interview, he looked a little hurt, but I think it's because he got kind of some backlash on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she cheated on you. No, I think that was like a thing.
But if he would have just said right there, we're actually in an open relationship.
I mean, even people in an open relationship, I actually didn't watch it, the episode, so I don't know if there was like, because you can still betray your partner even if you're open, because if you're being dishonest, that to me is the ultimate betrayal.
Maybe that's what it was.
That to me
he did seem kind of hurt in it.
You see, like there must have been some dishonesty somewhere where like maybe the communication where like, Jada wasn't crystal clear. Yeah. Or maybe there was, I don't know.
Because I know that was a big thing for
dishonesty? Like, first of all,
we can tell people. Yeah, we can tell each other, I mean.
Yeah.
My girlfriend has no reason to go out of her way to hide something from me, especially because we are so transparent. So the day that she is going out of her way to hide a person or something from me, then it's like, what's up?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there may have been.
Crosses a line. Yeah,
of course.
I'm sure they had rules, and probably one of the rules was broken right there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I know you had told me, and I know another couple that's open, that they're like, the rules are important. They are.
Oh, definitely. And the rules are forever changing.
Yeah.
Because something that wasn't okay with you before might be okay with you now.
Right.
Like and I mean, maybe this might be TMI, but we used to have a rule where we weren't allowed to, like, have sex with other people on the bed that we share. Okay. Now it's fine. Change the sheets, and that's it. It doesn't have to be that deep. It used to be real deep. It used to be like, this is our bed that we share, and we love each other on it. No, it's a bed. It's a bed. Just change the sheets. Don't be dirty about it, and that's it. And it's all good.
You have to give warning, like, hey, I'm gonna have somebody in the bed. I'll change the sheets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will have so many questions I can't ask on air. I'll ask you later.
Right, that's fine.
Well, no, I mean, because I would assume you'd have to give warning, like, hey, I'm gonna have someone over in our bed.
There has to be warning.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if she wants to bring someone over, usually we have this thing where, like, if she's gonna bring someone over and she needs the apartment because she can't go somewhere else, then she just has to get me an Airbnb somewhere. And it's like I take it as like a little vacation, like, I'm gonna stay in a hotel for the night. Like, I'm just gonna, like, watch my freaking crime shows and
Now, all right, now another question. So
all my guilty pleasures.
With the other people that you're seeing outside of your open relationship, are they aware that you are in an open relationship?
I am currently not dating anyone outside right now, but whenever I am, I choose to always be honest. Because
Absolutely.
the last person that I was sort of seeing, we saw each other for 3 months, and you know, as long as it was as long as it was out of sight, out of mind for her, she didn't mind. But we also never acted like a couple. Like, we had our intimate things, and then we would go out as friends.
Okay.
But that's what was comfortable for her, and though all of those things were communicated at the beginning, you know, and we both knew that it wasn't going to be a long-term thing. We were just kind of enjoying each other, but she had her boundaries, which is like, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hold your hand in public because you're not my girlfriend, and I'm not going to fool myself into, you know, and then eventually like tricking myself into thinking that we're something and we're not, because she is monogamous. She's monogamous, and she made that very clear from the beginning. So, you know, this girl that I was...
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to say her name.
No, don't say her name. Don't say her name.
But we can bleep and blur.
I used to call her because she was spicy as hell. So my friends and I would call her because her name is actually the same name as my girlfriend. So. Yeah, they have like the same name. So
definitely
I had
need a nickname at that point.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Yeah, definitely need a nickname at that point.
She was fun. We had a lot of fun together, but we knew.
Same names.
Yeah, I know, super weird,
That's
dude.
the weirdest
But
shit.
if you're ever like yelling out a name, I'm not the type to yell out a name during sex. But if you are, it doesn't matter.
Well, that is hilarious. It could go both ways. You are so hilarious.
You can't get trapped with that. It's just damn. I don't want to say the name now.
No,
I kind of said it earlier.
Well, you could, but again, we'll bleep and blur.
Yeah. Sure.
God, there's so many fucking questions I have. Just because I know, but
Shoots. Are they inappropriate? I mean,
no, they're not inappropriate at all.
No, so
but I also feel like you'd have no problem answering.
I'm an open book. I'm an open book.
That's awesome. Shit. Well, I did ask how long you were in the relationship. We got that part. If the other people were comfortable with it,
which the sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. They have their boundaries. Sometimes there's a very strict timeline on it, and sometimes there was this girl that I was super into, and like we dated a few times. Like, I want to say for like a good 2 weeks, and then she stopped talking to me, and it was fine for me, but I was also still at the same time like, okay, what happened? Turns out that she got a girlfriend, which she could have very easily communicated to me and been like, listen, at the end of the day, I'm monogamous, and I'm looking for someone who is, you know,
monogamous too.
Exactly. And it's like, it's all good, honey. We had our fun. It was great.
It was funny because that night,
we don't have to make this more complicated than what it is.
I think that's what it comes down to. That when it gets to that
it's
point,
separating yourself from because I could easily be like, no, like I'm having way too much fun and be greedy about it and take offense to, oh, she's gonna that girl. That is you. That is you. And this is me. And keeping myself separate from that has helped me tremendously, because I'm someone who used to be very insecure, and I can still be very insecure, not when it comes to my relationships and the things that I do.
Right, you've grown past that.
I've grown past that.
Yeah.
But, you know, I remember a time being that way.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think you just hearing that, you realize how many people are still insecure when it comes to their relationships. Because I don't know a lot of people that are as comfortable as she is right now, with just especially in relationship wise. Like, I'm cool. Like, I know what it is. Yeah. Like, I know who I am.
I just know my place.
Right, and I think
I know
a lot
who
of
I
people,
am, and I know my place.
And you realize a lot of people don't
know their place.
Yeah.
They don't, and it's scary when you think about it like that.
Because that's the most important thing about a relationship. You also, and it sounds crazy, but it's like, know your place.
And guys, I mean, remember that there was also a time where, like, when you were jealous, it was like, oh, she loves me because she's like psycho jealous about everything I do and say.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that idea of like, oh, that person loves me so much they can't stand the idea of like
being without
and
you.
Right, exactly. And that used to kind of be charming until it wasn't, until it just became toxic.
Yeah, borderline obsessive and
borderline obsessive, and then all those things always end up falling apart, because when two lonely people get together and they're trying to fill this space that they can't fill themselves, all it ends up doing is multiplying that. You don't fill one with the other when there's two people in that same sort of like hole, you know? Like, it just, the loneliness just doubles, and then people break up and they don't understand why, and it's like,
he's gonna steal that bar.
Holy shit, I might have to.
It's gonna be one of his songs.
Stop it. I'll give you credit.
I'm not like that at all. At all.
The song drops.
I'll give you credit. No, you'll know when you hear it. No, that's fucking crazy. No, that's wild. No, it really does make you think about how people are really insecure in relationships and stuff. But I get it.
And it might make you think about how to approach, and it doesn't mean that your next relationship has to be a non-monogamous one, but think about those fundamental things, you know, like, and get to a point where even if you don't feel like practicing non-monogamy because you're happy with what you have and you don't feel the need to, which is also okay.
Right.
But if it did happen, then know that you would be okay and that your world would not fall apart.
Yeah.
You know, like, again, people make their choices in their relationships, but imagine knowing so much who the hell you are, what part you play in this person's life, and, like, trust me, like, nothing will ever faze you again.
Yeah. I think it comes down to being brutally honest with your partner, and I think that a lot of people...
And
with yourself. And I think a lot of people aren't ready for those types of conversations with their partner, because there's a lot of brutally honest stuff that you may not be ready to hear.
Let me tell you that the most uncomfortable conversations that I've had with my girlfriend are the ones that have made us grow the most.
Yeah.
Because you have to have those uncomfortable... The ones that you don't want to talk about, bring it up anyway.
You gotta rip that Band-Aid off.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
I've been told, I like when you're blunt, just not with me. So that... Remember, like... That was early on. And I was just like... did I go to you about that? I was like, what do I do? Do I just not talk? Like, what do I do?
I may have been a lost soul at that time, so I can't even tell you if I gave you good advice or not.
That was a lot, yeah.
Because Sade has always been...
I mean, I built somewhat of a filter. Somewhat.
Yes. In the past year or so, since I've known you,
a good filter, like where I think before.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, because she would tell me. She was like very mean, and she would be very.
Let me tell you, there was one time, and listen, you know I love you, and I'm just bringing this up because I love you.
We have fought and stopped talking to each other.
Because Sade, okay, is a bully, okay? And I am too sensitive. And I was like, I'm sorry, but if we're going to be friends, I'm not going to let you think that you are getting away with talking to me like that.
No, but
I swear, and I was on strike for like a month, and I was like, I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to her. I'm not talking to her.
I'm on a friend strike.
The first fight in like high school?
Yeah, in high school. Bruh. Totally. Oh, no, I'm not talking about that other fight.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was like 2 years for no fucking reason.
So...
Yeah, no.
Oh, y'all beef for 2 years?
Oh, man, yeah.
No, I don't... Oh, no, not that one. No, I'm talking about the one in the actual... You were already living in Miami.
Yeah, when
I'm talking about...
Oh, which one are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about...
We beefed enough times.
Yeah, right?
No, I was talking about the one... No, she got... So, I was the only one out of our friends, besides, like, you know, the guys. I was the only one that had a car. Ow, my thumb is attached.
I did it.
Bitch. Anyway.
Sorry, you're
taking the mic back. So, hold on, let me lower this.
Is there enough battery in there?
Charger's right here.
You may want to charge that.
Here. Anyway.
It's probably on red light.
Yeah, so it was in high school. I was the only one that had the car, like, out of our friends in actual high school. Yeah. And she, I think, I don't know what it was. Like, I went to the car and I'm waiting for her. She took forever. And I think Alex was with us. And she walks over with her cousin. And I had reacted, like, I was going to take her cousin home. But, like, I had reacted in a way that pissed her off. She literally got into the car and put her headphones on. Because she's like, are you fucking serious? And I was just like, are you serious right now? I forgot how the fuck I reacted.
I'm a big crybaby. I've always been a big...
Huge crybaby.
So...
Huge crybaby.
Okay.
But the way you reacted, I mean, like, because the way I reacted, I get it, I was upset. No, I get it, I was stupid, the way I reacted. Because even my friend that was there with us, because we were just like, where the fuck is she? And then Alex goes, is that Lorena or her cousin? And she didn't even ask me, hey, can you, like, she just assumed.
You're right. I did not, because I assumed since he was coming with me to my house that it was whatever. But it doesn't matter. I should have asked.
No, but I didn't, but then at the time, I was just like, because... It was also me feeling like I was playing taxi. Which I was.
Because she was our only friend. Yes, you were.
That's the worst feeling.
Lots of misunderstanding. Yeah. But point is, she was very, and I was very, so it's like bad combination all around.
It was so bad.
I had to get used to her just being her.
Yeah.
And she had to get used to the fact that I was sensitive too.
I react and I talk without thinking. I've gotten better with that, so
and
fuck you
you
guys.
and I have talked about that. No, we talked about that.
Okay, because even my mom said it. My mom was like, yeah, you're getting better. You're still
Oh man,
a bitch,
but then
you're
she
getting
got
better.
her Ray-Ban glasses and everything was cool, you know, because her eyes would hide all the time and you never knew when she was upset.
Yeah, you never really knew. Like, I
and they
would
were
wear
prescription, so
my prescription shades, and nobody really knew like the faces I was making. I mean, besides like everything else, but if I squinted or anything,
it just kind of filtered some things out, you know.
Yeah,
it was necessary.
And that's the shit. I'm not judgmental. Like if you're when you really know me, I'm not judgmental. I just have no filter. So
you know how when you're a kid and you don't have one, so she just never got hers. In my opinion, skipped the filter having, and you went straight to like.
I guess you get it when you're in like an embryo, and I just.
No, girl, you get it. You know, after. Have you guys ever read about how the ego is formed? That's another really interesting topic that you guys should like.
How the ego is formed?
Yeah, like how it starts. It stems from like.
I hear it in the mics.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Stems from the whole like you're a baby and you cry and your parents.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, like they immediately.
I remember this in class. Yeah.
Yes, they immediately go to you and you know at that point that. And babies are smart like that. Yeah. They know that when they cry, they fake cry. They do the whole 9.
Oh no, he knows. He has
Yeah, I have 2 kids actually. Today, before we started, I got texted that we went to Walmart, and I now know for sure I have a temper tantrum kid. He wanted one of the toy cars, the Hot Wheels. He's 2. He wanted one of the Hot Wheels from like little aisles. Yeah. Mom said no. And he just threw himself on the floor and started screaming.
Get the fuck out.
So customers are looking at her and him, and she's just like, well, whatever, this is my kid, like, deal with it. But it's like, I never wanted that, because my firstborn, who's 10, never had that issue. He's very chill, very calm.
Yeah.
The Virgo like me, I don't know if that makes the difference.
And sometimes that's something, do you feel like there's any variables that are different that your second kid is more prone to tantrums versus the first one? I
always thought about that. I think about it all the time, and I can't see where anything changed. I mean, my mentality changed, but I didn't become like a more wild person. I'm more calm now than anything when I was 25.
I wonder if some of those things are just, I mean, he's also 2. That's a very confusing age, I think. Also, some kids may just not understand how to handle it, you know? Like, imagine being that young and not understanding why you can't have something. Like, they tell you no, and you know what no means, and you know that means you can't have, but you don't understand why they're saying no.
Yeah, the concept of seeing toys, like, just right there, right in front of you, and you can't take them with you.
Exactly.
Right. When you think about it like that, it's like, yeah, I can see why a kid, because they don't understand the concept of money.
Yeah.
Or having to pay for something. He obviously can't steal it, or you can't do that. So it's like, it's weird, going to a kid and doing that.
Wait till they're old enough and you understand it. I mean, you gotta try to
kids can steal some shit.
Kids will steal some shit.
I used to steal some shit when I was a kid.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
That's why I don't think I was a temper tantrum kid. And I was also the youngest. I was also bullied, and I was like the quiet one.
Bullied or protected?
I had both. Well, they use both.
Lucky.
But like I was always kind of what is it called? I was the quiet one. Like I didn't start talking until I think she said 3, but I was speaking like full sentences.
Okay.
Like, but so my mom was like, no, like I don't know, like wait, all of a sudden it wasn't like one word here, one. I think she said like a couple words before, but then I just always was quiet. Then I just wouldn't stop talking. Yeah. And that was it. It was a wrap for me.
It's interesting.
Wouldn't shut up.
Because you were like almost reserved, I guess. And in some ways, I feel like you're very private still about yourself. And
still, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely,
like,
she is.
I try to be transparent here, but I am very private. Yeah.
Well, there's only so much you can talk about here too.
Without
you know what I mean? We always without offending people. Yeah. And I feel like she's definitely learned to hold her tongue back a little bit when it comes to like music related stuff. When we're in this music industry stuff, dealing with artists, she's done a great job of like holding back her tongue from saying stuff that could disrespect some of these people who are really, if you want to talk about insecure people and sensitive, artists. Like a lot of these rappers, a lot of these singers are fucking insecure as shit.
No, yeah.
So
they're constantly striving for. I mean, you can't.
Right. So it's a constant work for her. She's got to work hard at it all the time, and she hosts shows where she's got to deal with them.
It's very exhausting.
So it's training for you in a sense.
Yeah, it's very exhausting to not have a filter and work on filtering your words or your actions or your faces. It's like, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, because you got to keep it professional. Case in point, the flyers. How many times has artists come up to her or DM'd her asking a question that's easily answered in the fucking flyer.
I get asked, "What's the address?"
What time does it start? What's a USB?
You should have a Q&A.
Well, I've offered to film the video and just answer every question one by one.
When I see videos of people talking, I just scroll past.
Because you don't like that, but you also have to
go figure.
You also have to learn that
True.
You're not what everybody else is thinking.
That is so true.
I am unique.
Some people will appreciate the videos. No, we had this conversation before the other day. You said you didn't like a certain type of music video, and I understood that. But at the same time, other people might actually like that.
What music?
Just a type of video.
Oh, okay.
Certain style.
Yeah, just certain style of video. You said, that's kind of whack. I don't fuck with that shit. But other people would. And then, so now because we're going off of that thinking, now we won't make the video, and we could have gained potential new fans.
Sometimes you got to think about user experience. True. I do that a lot in marketing on the regular because I work for the marketing department of my job, and
so like
sometimes, I mean, I can sit here and I'm a designer, so aesthetically I want something to look a certain way, but at the end of the day, if the information is not being received because the user is you know maybe my headline is too designy and the words get lost and you don't really see what the point of the campaign is, and then you lose them.
Right.
So you have to have a balance of user experience and freelancing is a headache and a half.
Oh, so you do freelance as well?
Yeah. I do. I have my full-time and I freelance, but I'm very selective now because I don't need to freelance so religiously anymore.
Right.
And I mean, I sometimes don't have the patience, I guess, to explain to someone why what I'm giving to them, how valuable it is, and why they should pay what they're paying, and I don't have the patience.
Okay, I hear you, yeah.
Some people, are very cool about it and whatever, but some aren't, and they give me a hard time, and at that point, I've done so many jobs where I just won't even invoice at the end. Free work.
Really?
Here you go. Yeah.
Because it was such a headache?
Yeah, and I don't want your money. I'm too passionate about this stuff to do it for the money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, no.
I just want to be heard.
That takes a lot of patience, I'll give you that.
If I wasn't fucking with the person, or they rubbed me the wrong way, no, I'm making sure they pay. If it's a friend, then I'll, literally, freelance. Yeah.
Now, do you feel if she wasn't as aggressive as you are, that she would do the same? She'd just be like, you know what, fuck this, you're going to pay me, here it is.
Maybe if I had that personality.
Because I don't see you doing that, to be like, you know what, I just did all this work for you, I don't even want to deal with this, here it's free.
No, you wouldn't be like, pay up?
No, I would definitely say pay up. Actually, there was one that when the person that hired me to do the PR work, never saw a dime.
Never saw a dime. Okay.
Never saw a dime. I didn't. All I did was at EPK.
Okay.
And never saw a dime.
Which that you should have been paid for that.
But I was honestly that that was a headache.
Yeah.
And then I also, for the same people, made an album cover that I wanted to reuse for something else because they didn't pay me. I still haven't even checked if they used it, but apparently they didn't want it. My B was like, "Yo, this shit is fire! This shit looks like it belongs in a museum." It was
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The song was it was right up it was during the Black Lives Matter shit. The actual, for all the protests and right after George Floyd died. And he's the song itself, I'll say it right now, it was trash. That song was trash. But, in it, he talks about little things, and I think he mentioned Lindsay Lohan, which I don't even know how that was relevant at the time. But he talks about protests and shit like that. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, I just took all these photos at the last protest I was at. All right, well, let me just use something like that. So I made a collage. I don't know if I still have it. I'll show you. I made a collage. No, definitely not. It was last year. Made a collage. Kind of did an overlay on it that looks like yellow. So it had a yellow tint, like it belonged in a museum.
Right.
So I was going for that look, and some other shit on there too. I forgot. But I kept it. There was so much happening in the photo, and it's 3 photos layered. Right. So you see a cop car, then you see people with protesting, and you just see people with signs or just standing or whatever bullshit.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it came out really fucking dope.
It did.
And they didn't want it. They were not about the protest. I'm like, well, the song is about the protest. So I don't know what else. And this is the time. If you're gonna,
and my thing
have a gimmick, then go with the gimmick.
Did they give you creative direction based
Pretty
on?
Pretty much. They didn't say.
They didn't say they wanted anything specific.
I was told it was a middleman, and I was told I trust you, blah blah blah, and I never met this person, so I was never in contact with who made the song.
I understand.
It wasn't an album cover; it was a single cover. Yeah, I never was in contact with the person. So the middleman is like, I trust you. I'm like, all right, well, I have this idea of him. It's the back of him with the black, the black power fist up, and then I can put all these different images and blah blah blah, whatever. All right, cool, go ahead. I'm like, go ahead. I need to do a photo shoot. Well, no, like maybe something else. I'm like, okay. I was like, all right. So then I came up with that, and I was told no.
You see, that's the worst part is when like, and I
So
honestly, I don't do
that's-
that anymore.
That added, I was like, I'm not doing this.
You give me
anymore.
direction, or and if you choose to, then you're getting these 3 rounds, and that's it.
Well, see, we're kind of coming into that now because now we started a whole, music video directing thing. We're getting requests from artists. Some will be like, look, I have a vision. Others will be like, I'm giving you full creative direction.
Yeah.
So I feel like we may be running into those issues again. And I'm just going to keep it straightforward with these guys because I know who they are. Because me being an artist, I'll be like, look, artist to artist, let's talk about it. What do you want? What don't you like? If you're giving me full creative direction, this is how I'm going to go. If you don't like it, I need you to tell me right now.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, because or else it isn't going to work. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get paid. Or you're not getting your shit.
Like
that's,
pretty much.
Yeah, like as much as I respect that, I can't for the music video. I can't see ourselves doing that to be like, oh, you know what? You're such a headache. Just take the video.
Oh no.
Like I don't think,
especially the editing.
especially when it's 2 of us. I got to go out there and film. She's got to spend time here editing.
Yeah.
I think it's too much.
No,
at that point.
That sounds like you need to be way more thorough from the get before you even get started. Because if not, then you're working double.
The job we have now, which is technically our first job for our production company, I guess we can call it.
Yeah.
I was explaining it to somebody at work. I'm like, he's a videographer. I was like, I don't know what to call it. He's like, Sade, that's a production company. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. He's recording and I'm editing. He's like, no, production.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So anyway, this is our first gig, and honestly, because all the other videos we've done, it's for him, or when I shot the cover for Carter, and then that's it.
Yeah.
So,
and I technically did a couple other ones, but you weren't there. But
technically, well, you weren't there for Carter.
Yeah, and you weren't there for Ron. Yeah, you gonna see. Yeah.
So it still counts as 11 visuals. But anyway, so we so it's our first gig, and he sent over like the video treatment.
Okay.
That shit was so organized.
Yeah.
K-Poetic. That shit was so organized,
Shout
and I
out to
love
K.
you. That shit was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like
Yeah.
I haven't heard my voice in a while.
It was crafted beautifully. He had pictures.
That shit was amazing.
He had pictures of what he wanted because he
like
wants
a whole time. Like I mean, not like
Yeah.
super timeline, but like we're meeting at this time. These are like what I want. This is B-roll. This is performance shots.
So when someone gives you direction without micromanaging you or putting you in a box, because that is something else too that can kind of like
Yeah, it helps.
stunt you. I mean, it helps, but it can also, when it's too much, to the point where the client is. I'm not saying he is.
Yeah.
I'm saying he gave you just enough to where he didn't put you in a box and he's not micromanaging it, and where you're not able to put because at the end of the day, he hired you. Why? Because you guys are the talent.
Exactly.
Because you guys are the experts.
And he still gave us freedom
there has to
on
be
like
some trust.
Yeah, he said this is the type of shot he wants, but he's giving me freedom on like the angle, the lens we'll use, any filters, what type of frame rate we'll shoot at, stuff like that. So I was like, all right, we're being halfway.
He told me when he was at the show, he told me like, no, like you still have like creative whatever, because that was before I got the video treatment.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, like you do whatever you want, blah blah blah. And so I was like, all right, once I get all the footage, we can meet after like I get some stuff together.
Yeah.
But regardless, I know there's some people that are. I know we're gonna come across them. And that whole single cover art that I did, it's exactly why I don't want clients. I just can't. It's just too much. How I literally give you like something I was told that belongs in a fucking museum. That shit was fire.
Yeah.
It wasn't. No, it was pretty good.
It was good.
It was good.
It was really good.
Don't
Give yourself
doubt
more
yourself.
credit. Yeah, give yourself some more
That shit
credit.
just, like,
Talking to the OG, your mentor right here. Come on.
No, seriously.
Give yourself some more credit. Episode 91. We are back. And we've had quite the interesting conversation. I did not expect this to happen today, but it's fucking amazing. We had a special guest, Lorena. Thank you for being here and just enlightening us with everything that's going on in your life. again, I have so many fucking questions. I feel like we're going to have to be pen pals at this point. Like,
listen,
we might have to just call you back, do a call-in segment or something.
I would really love that so much. I've enjoyed being here with you guys so much.
We're gonna be back next month, right?
Yes, I'm making this a monthly thing.
If you want to come back,
This work from home life has been just hitting me different. I'm gonna be taking full advantage until I have to go back to the office permanently.
Oh God, I know you hate that.
Yeah, but it looks like it's not gonna happen till next year sometime.
Really?
Yeah. Because the thing is that the lease of the office that we had before the lease ran out, and then COVID, and it was just we are successfully working from home. We are productive. We get our things done every single day. There's no need, honestly.
Right. I think people are starting to realize that now too, like how useless it is to just have a building. People can work remotely.
It used to be so taboo because you want to keep tabs on people and their productivity, but people are productive on their own when
you give them a little more freedom and not make them feel so shackled to a desk.
Totally.
I think it shows results.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, with going back to what we were talking about before, are there any last final thoughts you want to give us? You gave us so much already. Like, I feel like, if anything, anyone that's been hearing this probably can start thinking to themselves, like, hey, I should probably learn to be a little more confident of who I am, my triggers, and try to work past that. Definitely. I think that's pretty much what you wanted to tell us today.
Absolutely. And I think that at the end of the day, try to have these uncomfortable conversations. If you want to have them by yourself first, do it. Absolutely. But have them with your partner, have them with someone you trust. It could even be your friend.
Yeah.
Think about it, like just all these kind of fundamental things that are normal and that society deems as normal. Just think about how much better it could be if you were transparent, fully transparent, to the point where, like I said, you're having these conversations that may trigger some growing pains, but it always ends up being worth it in the long run. Like, there's so much power in that, especially admitting like these silly things. Like, I've definitely had conversations with my girl where I sound ridiculous because my ego kicks in and I'm not having such a great day. I'm not feeling so hot about myself, but I go ahead and say it anyway. And
I think that's a big step. Yeah.
Totally.
Big step towards growth, just admitting your own faults and knowing what makes you mad and kind of owning it.
Yes, and getting to the core of it. And so that you don't have to go through it anymore. For sure.
Yeah, I think us, especially, as you get closer to your 30s, we talked about this last week too, just kind of finally figuring out, having that talk with yourself, self-reflecting, like, yo, what is bothering me?
29.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Every birthday that passes, we're just like, when did this happen?
Yeah, how did we get here?
Yeah, no, I've been there. I'm a little older than her, so I'm 34. So
I don't know when we actually met.
We were like 16 going on 17.
No, that's when we started hanging out. But I remember.
Oh, when we met?
Like middle school.
Oh yeah,
I
want.
Oh, so you guys knew of each other?
Yeah, we knew of each other.
I want to say like 6th or 7th grade.
But we didn't start chilling until 16, 17. It's just wild. It's like ill.
Yeah, time flies, man. Time flies.
And then look, my longtime friend is like basically her husband now.
Yeah. Crazy how that works out too.
I know.
Yeah. But it just goes to show you. That's the growing part. And you guys are still friends. It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. Oh my God. We've had our own growing pains.
That's right.
Oh my God.
But you're my bitch for life, you know.
I can't believe we stopped talking. In the grand scheme of things, stopped talking for like 2 years.
It was insane. But honestly, when we took that time to heal. I really want to say, because when it came down to talking, we were ready to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Like, we were so ready to have that conversation. And I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was stopping it was because you felt that there was some miscommunication between the both of you guys.
Definitely. There was so much miscommunication. And
yeah, when we finally had that talk,
we realized how ridiculous.
Like, she would go, oh. I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know that. If I knew that, then...
And that's what happens with a lot of these situations. A lot of these situations. There are a bunch of oh moments. Oh, you meant that. Oh, I didn't know that this... Yeah. All the time. It's a regular thing. Yeah. We've noticed that. I've had plenty of situations.
But we were both having our ego trip. I'm here like, how could she say that? And she's there like, how can you get offended by what I'm saying? I'm just, you know me. It was just, it was like one of those things. Like...
Yeah, it was one of those things.
It was literally one of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knowing how each other works.
It was so like
And
after like that talk, we were just like, that was so stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
That was stupid.
And then you realize how much time you wasted. You could have just fixed that off the bat. And now you guys are making up for the time lost.
Oh, always.
There you go.
Any
see?
chance we get.
Yeah, but that's like, but we've always had the friendship that we can just pick up. Like, we won't talk for a long time and then just pick up.
Yeah, it's good. I always love those type of relationships. Yeah.
Those are the
Because you know it's love. If you leave off on love, you come back to love. There really shouldn't be any reason to change that up.
The extra needy shit to fucking.
Yeah.
I have to run it by my Uber. I love you. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you for coming through.
Absolutely.
You already know. All right, and we back. Just had to say goodbye to Lorena. She's fucking awesome. Nice friends you got.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool.
The ones that last forever.
And just, if you'd have said it from the beginning that she was in an open relationship, I mean, although that's not something you just kind of say right away.
No, it was just funny because
very dope.
I've always wanted to introduce her to you guys for the longest, but whenever she's out here, she either misses a show or is out here for like family emergency, or it's only like I'll see her for like one night and that's it, and then she'll go months.
And I like her look. Her style is very dope too.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
And it's funny. I have to. You know what? She fucking showed pictures of me. Fuck it. I'm gonna show a picture of her. So right here.
Oh, that's messed up. You're not gonna pull that on her while she's not here. That's messed up.
Nah.
Yeah.
We'll do it tomorrow. That's fine.
If she hears the episode, all right.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Lorena,
We'll do it
she
tomorrow.
didn't do it on you.
Nah. I'll show you off air. Fuck it. She's
Dope for her.
She's fire.
Yeah. No. If she's serious, I'm down to have her as a guest, a future guest. You know, just have her in there because there's so much more we can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Like she said, just emotional intelligence, just growing. Like, it's good to talk to people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like so open-minded. And she pretty much the definition of open-minded in my book.
Oh yeah, no,
you know?
for sure.
Like just attacking like taboo type of structures of relationships. Mm-hmm. I think right there, like that's enough to talk about and like have her be a super interesting guest.
No, she's but what I was thinking before, like I always wanted to introduce you guys, and then I thought about it. I'm like, having her on the pod would be fucking dope because we did talk about the open relationship shit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And that was, and it was around that time that I'm thinking, like, I know other people in open relationships. I don't know if they're like okay with talking about it, but I knew she was definitely okay with it. But
as soon as she said the O word, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
we got something.
I was debating on it, but like, she was
just chilling.
Yeah, because she told Juan, like, because they all went to the fair. She's like, nah, like I'm gonna cheer with Sade. Like I haven't, it's been a minute. And like I think she was last last month or the month before. She was like, no, like I'll just watch you guys. Like, and she asked Juan, she was like, is it cool? Like, he was like, well, no, sometimes I just sit there and watch them. Yeah. Like, so it's fine. Like they won't, like she asked him first and then said something to me about. I was like, no, like you could just sit there if you want to talk, you can talk. Like it's cool.
You might get included in the convo, and then if you do, stuff like this happens.
Because I don't think she knew I heard her. I was in the room and she's like, so like, what do you say on this podcast? He was like, I don't, like sometimes I talk, like it depends. Like I'll jump in, sometimes I don't.
Sometimes it's music related, sometimes it's just about bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, I don't know. See, it was funny.
And I like that. I like the fact that we're growing into something more than just a music podcast. Because at the same time, like, pandemic kind of slowed everything up for music talk.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not that big of a deal anymore. Like, I don't see music as, like, the end-all, be-all thing to talk about anymore. There's just so much more that we can talk about that's so much more useful than us just being a music podcast.
This week, when I was doing the notes earlier, I'm thinking, like, damn. Like, it's a lot of music news, I guess, but, like, I want to talk about something else.
But it's nothing crazy. Like, I don't really care. Like, although the T-Pain video was funny,
it wasn't anything.
It's nothing crazy. Like I brought up a video about Rihanna getting denied entry to club. We can talk about that for literally 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I don't see the point in it.
We didn't get to like a few other topics, but it's like
talked about
whatever.
XXL list, but that's not really anything crazy. It's kind of like what we always think.
Yeah.
That doesn't change. Every year it's people we don't really kind of care about or know about.
Yeah.
And XXL just goes after whoever's got the clout.
Yeah, Damon Dash we'll talk about next week. Whatever, it's not that big of a deal.
I still want the whole story on that. I've been hearing more and more shit. Like him, Biggs, and Jay own a third.
We'll talk about next week. We'll talk about next week because I think I have the full story almost. I think I found the full story, but we'll talk about it next week.
We'll talk about it now as the story develops.
Yeah, as the story develops.
Moving on, let's get into the final segment. One of our favorite segments, one of your favorite segments, my postman's favorite segment, my garbage man, and my recycle man's favorite segment.
Lorena's favorite segment.
Lorena's favorite segment now, otherwise known as.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Yes, man, it's the world famous. If you don't know. segment of the show, episode 91, where we give y'all info and we let y'all hear some of the new music coming out inside and outside New Jersey. Not just music, might be comedy, might be poetry, might be some R&B, but basically people that we feel that you should get in tune with. So this week goes by the name of Motto, representing Bringing the Real. Shout out to him. Shout out to MoneyVanGogh. Shout out to Conscious. This song is called 500 Degreez. It is featuring MoneyVanGogh. It's a single. I'm not sure if it's off any specific project, but it is a new track out. Also not sure who produced it, but it is Motto featuring MoneyVanGogh. It's called 500 Degreez. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want none from nobody. You only want one thing. Man, please, we just want the G's. Want the G's. About to turn this up like 500 degrees. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Heard that she a tease. Except when she with me. Except when she with me. Man, please, we just want the G's. Want the G's. About to turn this up like 500 degrees. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Heard that she a tease. That's what I heard. Except when she with me. Except when she with me. I'm a beast, I'm a dog, I'm a whore. Ain't the cat the cross. I don't need a floss. I'm a dipping sauce. I'ma flip the course. You gon' feel the force. Don't be acting like you lost. When it's game time, you gon' get the toss. Gotta make it happen. When you get the ball, sink or swim, rise or fall, you gon' get the call. Is you ready? Cause they be acting petty. They say they got the smoke, but the quality is Reggie. Oh man. And I'm Reggie, Miller with the Desi, and the machete, killing y'all like Pesci. Yeah, and I'm swinging it like Gretzky. She wanna kick it like a Messi, go get the Henny. Yeah, I'm about to give her 20. What's 20? It means 20 minutes and I scurry. She like, what's the hurry? Yeah. Damn, I'm sorry, I gotta flee. Get up off your knees, man, please. We just want the G's. Want the G's. About to turn this up like 500 degrees. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Heard that she a tease. Except when she with me. Except when she with me. Man, please. We just want the G's. Want the G's. About to turn this up like 500 degrees. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Heard that she a tease. That's what I heard. Nah. Except when she with me. Except when she with me.
I don't mean to stay on subject. She a tease with them with me. She grabbed my dick while we in public. Little Dominican from London. Heavy accent. I can hear it in abundance when I wax it like a record. She a singer. High notes all through her track list. 1 through 5. Play the second one twice and ride. So the ex nigga made her come 2 times. Gotta be cat. When she react, I don't think she lying. All of her back and I'm breaking her spine. Keep it a stack. Niggas up comments and losing their mind. Niggas is whack. She eating my slime. Tell her she slack. And I'ma slide like whoa. Rest peace, Black Rob, yo. I don't be cuffing too much, cause I'm not 5'0". They can't pop my hole, cause I'm not claiming these smuts. That is not my goal. Nigga, that's not my show. I cannot fall in that road. Dummy, I'm calling that codes. Money, I'm all in that stove. Buddy, I'm all in that mode. You got it, we need it. Yeah, stop being greedy. How's it going down? Cause I'm not gonna repeat it. Rest in peace, dog, at the top with a Leah. We 1 in a million. My squad is fever. Hotter than heater. Bad little bitch, but she not a diva. Spark up the reefer. I park in the feature. Ain't motto, I'm skating and tweaking. It's money.
Man, please. We just want the G's. Want the G's. About to turn this up like 500 degrees.
All right, that was 500 Degreez from Motto featuring MoneyVanGogh. Track is available on all streaming platforms now. Check that out ASAP. Shout out to Motto, shout out to MoneyVanGogh, shout out to Conscious, shout out to the whole Bringing the Real crew. They've had me over on their podcast, and they're a great couple of dudes, so make sure to check all their music out, available on streaming platforms, also on SoundCloud, or just follow them on social media. Shout out to y'all. Sade, who you got?
All right, so I have actually I have two songs for one person, and I have no idea. So the one song that caught my attention, I think he had it on the ad, or maybe I feel like Famco probably posted the video, but no, I feel like it was an ad. Fire, and it's a video that's not out yet, but I feel like because he's doing a whole thing, but it's a video of a song that's from his album, or maybe a mixtape from last year. Now he dropped an album, I think, in March this year. So I don't know if I should do the project from last year or the project from this year. So I have 2 songs.
Do the current one.
Current one, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the other one I wanted to play was I-75 off of, I have to find it, I want to say Momentum. Yeah, Momentum. Sorry, that one was fucking fire. And there was like a EP. It was a 3-track EP probably. I'm not sure. But I caught the snippet of the video that he's planning on dropping for it. And then I heard the whole song on streaming platforms, and she was fired. Now, the Gradient tape is just what came out in March, and his name is Lenell Lux. This song that I'm about to play is titled 32, and I'm pretty sure this is the last song on the album. I'm going to play it right now.
Apple tag in the future. In your stocking stuff.
I'ma shine brighter than high beams in the late nights. On site with rappers, I watch them and leave them out to dry. Bars heavy, they got the strength to hold homicides. Double entendre, cause when I spit a lot of rappers die. I'm Southside with it, I play the game, I move smarter. Catch me in Atlanta, stepping with ones like Vince Carter. Out of the hood, I ran up a bill. I'm Sean Carter, that's what the people gon' say when they see my tomorrow. Praise to the Most High. All my brothers keep it like Samuel in the limelight. Lightsaber to all these niggas, cause I'm the Jedi with red eyes. The gas that I smoke, they got me sky high. Saying last words to kiss the game goodbye. Niggas thought life was a joke, they meant I lie. But I ain't do it to them, see karma could be a funny thing. Started out as cold, but now I'm diamonds in a wedding ring. Never broke an arm, so I ain't have a sling. Stay the fuck around me with them petty dreams. Leaning on the lean cuisine, would've never got this far without a team. I like my shawty mean type that I gotta pick up in that Celine. She just melt when she see my style. It's funny how she got my name in internet browse and go boom pow, boom bap, turn up the crowd. Don't be aroused if you hear me bumping bass too loud. They got the beef that you can send them in. I cook it up, eating like Tyson up on this regimen. I make my marker, put all these patches up on my Leatherman. Grind it up just like some cinnamon. Smoke the day away until it's lit again. Stay in the pocket, you can call me Lint. When I drop a verse, I raise the prices like the fucking rent. Might just send a rapper for the fun of it. I ain't nothing but a 90s kid who tell all his haters that they can come again.
Right, I think that was
Something like that.
yeah, it was it's that beat. No, that
ended
beat.
abruptly.
Yeah, no, it did. But
That's a real underground beat. But there's nothing mainstream about that beat. Like, it's very underground. Like, I fuck with that though. That's the shit I'm used to. That's the shit I want to spit. Like, you know, mad bars.
I gotta find that producer for sure.
I fuck with that.
That shit was fire. So it was Lenell Lux.
Lenell Lux.
And I think he has another EP coming out. Considering, like, he dropped the Momentum EP, I think it was. I don't remember the exact date, but I saw it was 2020.
Yeah.
I think he dropped a single before that, and I think that was it for him. I'm not sure. I gotta double check. There might be another project, but the Gradient tape. The Gradient tape he dropped in March, yeah. And it's not. It's like an album, like
that's
technically, but.
So shout out to Lenell Lux, shout out to Model and MoneyVanGogh.
For sure.
Obviously, both those songs are available on streaming platforms, and they will be available on our If You Don't Know playlist, which is available on Apple Music and on Spotify Music. So not only will you get to hear them, but you also get to hear the If You Don't Know alums from the past weeks, past months. Sade puts those together into a playlist for y'all to enjoy. Yeah. So again, if y'all like their music, take it a step further, check out the social medias. Take it a step further, check out their projects, maybe buy some merch, maybe go see them at a show. Yeah. That's what this whole thing is for, to give exposure to these artists. And I want to remind y'all, we don't own the rights to any of this music being played. Yep. Simply just showing love. And that has been our favorite segment, your favorite segment.
And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
Man, what a motherfucking episode 91. And in case y'all didn't know, we had done a little bit of an upgrade. Check me out.
For the YouTube
viewers. Multiple camera angles. You see us.
Yes.
You see us. 1, 2, and 3. I'm out here. I don't move too far. It might burn off my chin hair.
No, do not.
That candle burned my chin, nigga. I would have screamed. Oh, that would have been embarrassing. Me trying to show off.
Oh, shit. It would have been like me with the seltzer.
Yeah. I remember that shit. Yeah, that was fun. Was it on camera?
That was not on camera.
That was on camera, yeah.
I think that was before we started recording again.
He was like, oh, shit.
I was like, yeah, you just heard, psh, oh, shit.
That was a good moment.
And then it cuts. I don't know what episode that was. That shit was great, though.
That shit
was funny.
But it was great. But, hey, this is a nice little upgrade. We're getting there. We want a couple more things. And we'll figure that out. There's a couple things I'd like to get rid of in this room.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But in the meantime, we'll deal with what we have to deal with. We're making it happen. We're making strides.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts on? I think this was a great fucking episode.
No, I'm good. It's funny.
I didn't know what to expect.
I was kind of worried, and I was kind of happy when I found out she was gonna be here. But I was worried, like, damn, like, what else? I'm like, I wish she was here. The toxic
I was gonna ask that when she mentioned it, but then we went into something else.
No, that day when my friend, it was Angel who brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, what's the difference between toxic and crazy then? Because I was like, nah, she's just crazy. She's not toxic. We got her into the conversation too. So she even, so I was thinking, like, damn, I don't want to say that again. Like, we just talked about that last week.
But it could have been better if it was me bringing it up, because just to bring it up with someone new would have been nice to hear a fresh perspective.
I'm sure she would have looked at me like, didn't you just ask me this like last month?
Yeah. No, well, maybe we'll do it some other time.
Yeah, we know. We will.
But yeah, no, I think it was a great fucking pod. I didn't know what to expect coming up here, but I'm glad that it happened. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Laura for being our guest, and hopefully future guests as well. Shout out to our If You Don't Know alums. And no, it's been a crazy week. We got work to do. And I'm just excited for everything coming up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm ready.
You got any final words?
No, I'm good.
All right, we'll leave it at that, man. This has been episode 91, Lyrical Fix Podcast.
This is our last episode with DJ Smalls.
Shout out to DJ Smalls.
So thank you for your patience, because we definitely, us catching COVID, we fucked up his month.
Yeah,
so this is the retry with him.
Yeah.
So he's back again. So yeah.
Yeah. So absolutely check him out. We'll make a video highlighting his beats and everything he's done for us in the month. Make sure y'all can get in touch with him and artists. Obviously, if y'all want to hit him up for beats, please do so, and keep this networking thing going.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to know that an artist heard our shit and then reached out to producer and made some work together. That would really make us feel great. So
for sure,
if you feel inclined, definitely do so. So for episode 91, we are your host, Kid Pro.
And Sade.
It's the Lyrical Fix. It's the motherfucking gang. We'll catch y'all next week. I don't know what camera I'm looking in, but see you next week. Wash your hands, wash your ass, and wear a mask if you want. Peace.
Peace.